No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Biddly bosh, biddly bow, underlap yo, World Cup styly. Getting attacked by fucking flies. I got a fly in my eye. Yes, JT, I don't know if you're still in the building as you put that in when I began the setup. Wilson is signed, and you know it's 78 RPM. It's purely on the clickbait for you and Brett to ponder over, to continue the argument into. I do think the waiting on these contracts or whatever, they won't be allowed to announce it. It is a little bit disturbing. Spain are in here down the left. Spain are probably going to turn it on today, aren't they? Because I don't think they've been tearing any trees up thus far in the competition. I don't think anybody other than France have, to be fair. But yeah, Harry Wilson's a bit of a. It does linger on a little bit, but obviously with his contract's up. When his contract's up, they'll probably be more likely to be able to announce it. I'd be very surprised if the 49ers got tripped up. But before we do that, you know what time it is. We've got to clear some room for him. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Brett is Leeds, and you know it. Yes, indeed. He's in the not in the wings at sea now, but he's in the shadows, and he will come to the light. He will see the light. Every time I say Austria, I want to go, Austria? Well then. Good day, mate. Put another shrimp on my barbie. Yes, Joe Depp, all the way from, I believe, I can't remember exactly where. My memory's absolutely dog shit. Is it Barbados you're from, Joe Depp? We've gone global, baby. Everybody's starting to go on the jolly holidays out there, so which I am also off on holiday next month. I think. So it'd be a real shame if now I don't. Now I've said it. I believe we're going from Thursday as well. So next month. So the underlap will be postponed because I'll be too. I don't know why I'm putting my own likes on. Wagwan, my G's, talk Spanish to me. That rhymes, Brett. I've got no Spanish in locker other than bonjour and comme el tepel too. Quelle la date de ton anniversaire? Guten Tag, and we're not making the same mistake again this week, by the way, boys. These are as ice cold as I can get them, to the point of potential danger. And we're on some serious stuff tonight. I saw these. I've been to Morrison's rather than just rushing round corner. So I've actually got a beer that I like, and it's strong. And I thought I'd get Asahi for Tanaka, because you know it's. I think it's made in Italy, but it sort of sounds like it'd be the type of thing. And there's like a Japanese sign on it, isn't there? It's brewed with precision to high quality, standards of Japanese or supervision of the Japanese. So hopefully this wipes his tears away. What I do find interesting is. Obviously, Tanaka loves a tear, doesn't he? Truth be told, I know we all have to absolutely adore and love Tanaka, but he does cry a lot, doesn't he? Whip that in. I think Spain are going to turn it on here. He does enjoy a tear, doesn't he, Big Tanaka, that beautiful man. Obviously made a mistake for their goal, which I don't want. I'm only playing, you know. I've just gone on Twitter and said it's part of the 100-year plan, which I'm wondering whether 49ers got 100-year plan, to be honest. But as Brett pointed out, it's quite a funny idea to do a 100-year plan. Because if you do a 100-year plan, everybody will be dead by the time it comes to fruition. So you can't doubt them, really. So it's like, yeah, but they said they've got a 100-year plan. It's like, yeah, but how long we got left? But I was going somewhere with that. Yeah, it'd be interesting, because obviously everybody comes out pouring for the beautiful man Tanaka because he made a mistake and then started beefing at end of game. If it was Aronson that did that, and if Aronson comes on and makes a mistake in USA, it will be absolutely lambasted, won't it, and lampooned. And in reality, I know nobody likes it, but we probably needed Aronson more than we did Tanaka this year. So, you know, in terms of minutes, played worlds apart. Tanaka's a better player, but different positions, innit? Joe Depp, and while I'm at it and halfway across the world, I can honestly say, what a bunch of wonderful people you are, especially that BMG guy. And you know it, Joe Depp. Thank you very much, sir. It doesn't matter whereabouts in the world you are, you can get a yellow card, it would seem. BMG takes absolutely no mercy, ever, no merta. Oh, see, my God. That's potentially too cold. Because it doesn't even taste of all, but it's fucking delish. Jesse's a tosser. Get the badger out on and over here. When we bring the shit vids back, we're gonna do a shit vid for Joe Depp. It's been a request. We need to analyse whether or not we got rid of Jesse Marsh too soon. There's some people online that really are bang behind. That's gone straight to my head, that. Like, genuinely, relatively, not genuinely, relatively, it seems like two contradicting things, but, well, no, they're not, are they? You can be genuinely, relatively, I suppose. It's just not great English, I don't think, but who cares? We're not here for that. They genuinely sort of think we should have, or didn't mind Jesse Marshball, you know, like, they believed in his metrics. And, you know, I think he's made an absolute tit of himself in this World Cup. I know they've done all right in grand scheme of things. But, you know, the way he was celebrating, I can't remember who they beat, but some shits, and he was kicking off at end at game and that. I just think, and then he was doing big team talk at end at game, in middle at pitch, which Harry Kane did as well. And I'm not into it, boys, I'll be honest. I don't like anything that comes across a little bit show pony. I think it should be addressed in changing room, and that's it. What are your thoughts on that? Then I take all the ass kissing back. You're all a bunch of... Wait a minute. Daffodil insertion should be a straight red. Where's the daffodil? I saw no daffodil. That is so cold, boys, and I'm banging on about it. Let's have it. The 11 this week. Frequently changed hairdo. Which 11? Frequently changed do. What else we got rocking and rolling here? Family Dynasty, which means runs in family, obviously. Dynasty. Oh, that is so tasty, that fucking drink. One player per country for Brett. One player per country for... Oh, no, I don't need to put for Brett. One player per country or career-ending injury. Or... Yeah, injuries, yeah. Injury. Ended career, just put. Because there'll be a few interesting ones there. Because obviously Haaland comes to mind. But that's widely contested now, isn't it? Alfie Haaland, that is, obviously. Because Keane's not having none of it. And apparently he did play quite a bit afterwards. So I think it's quite a bit of bollocks with that. I think he milked it a little bit. But I kind of like Keane now. And I never used to. Obviously when he played for Scum. Yes, Andrew Thompson. Let's go. And you know it. You know it, BMG. Are we enjoying the World Cup, boys? His contract is up. He's signed Graham Smith and Romano. I just mean in terms of announcing it, though, 78 RPM. There's got to be some reason why they can't just announce it. Because if it was signed on the dotted line and it was allowed to be gone, you know, to go out, they'd release it. Well, they're not gonna hang around releasing him unless they're releasing with kit or something. But I can't imagine. You know, he's signed. I'm on it. It's clickbait. I'm only playing. I do believe he is in the building. Yes, BMG, appreciate you, brother. Yes, Julie Neary, appreciate your sister. The War Piglet's in. Evening Piglet getting the love. Hawaii for the summer. Yes, indeed, Joe Depp. Sensational. Sensational. After the 11s poll, let's have a poll. Google or no Google. Brett's upset with the amount of Googling going on for the 11s, which I sort of second, to be fair, because I don't think Google should be allowed. Because, you know, especially being a Google master. It's going to be a slush. Certainly is, sir. Certainly is. Not for the whole month, no MVG. I could never afford to do that. I'm just going away for the weekend. I think we're off to Gdansk in Poland with my mate from Footy and Nikita Love. And my mate from Footy's Bird. Just for a long weekend, Thursday to Monday styley. It looks lovely, to be fair, and ale's only £2 a pint, apparently. You know, go see alt scenery in Ale House. I've said before, but whenever I go on these weekends, it's like I might as well just get on a flight simulator and just, you know, pretend to go to airport, get on one of them flight simulators that you used to get on as a kid. And then just come home after a couple of days and just stay in Leeds or something, or just, you know, go to Newcastle and cut all travel out. Or Sunderland, Brett. Google's hard to police. It is BMG, yeah, but you got to play in good faith, haven't you? You got to play in good faith. Yes, Lukey boy. Hello, Badgers. Ice, ice, baby. Cold beer, spot on. Yeet up. And I am the law. The law said no. The law said so. Oh, it's wetting me though. The ice is wetting me. Yes, Peter White, what's good? How are we? Los Macams son Parasidos a los Jordis Esco Seises con una lobotomía. We should all be telling the truth up in this bitch, boys. There ain't no lies round here. We won't have it. Brett needs... He does deserve the victory, doesn't he, to be fair? Keep the faith. Can anybody else not see the comments on the screen? Is that right, Brett? Say it ain't so. They should be working. They appear to be working over yonder. No merta. There's never to be any mercy. Ali 200 in here. Straight in with the no messing about. I Jack, the man, the puff, the alcoholic, the good driver, the heartbreaker, the baller, the man who loves a good sausage, the man who can't run anymore, the man who loves beef curtains. Get up. A good effort. I'll take the puff, that's fine. I can deal with that. The alcoholic hurts it a little bit more than it probably should. The good driver I'll take. The heartbreaker, there's no doubt about that. The baller, and you know it. The man who loves a good sausage, and you know it. Which is why I have to sort of take the puff on the head, because I know what you're up to. The man who can't run anymore... I dispute to some extent just because my ego won't even let me sort of have a joke about that. So I still think I can move, but certainly less than I once could. And the man who loves beef curtains, I'm not even certain that I know what a beef curtain is, but I believe it to be like the old school hairdo. So we're gonna first Google of the night. Beef curtains is a vulgar slang. It is not the old hairdo, no. It's a vulgar slang for, believe it or not, everybody, as I'm sure you've worked out, it's for the fanny. How can you be a puff and a lover of the beef curtains? Make it make sense. They should be up. They should be live. Austria! Why? Didn't fancy heading it, did he? Didn't fancy it. Danny Murphy saying he knew what he wanted to do. He's got to be a bit stronger there. He don't fancy that, I don't think. He's done all hard work. Xhaka for 10 million. Xhaka's coming home with us, boys. He'll be in our centre mid next year, and I don't even want him. Just sign him just a week in Sunderland. Xhaka will go to Chelsea. I actually think at this point, if they put another bid in, even if 10 million is to be true, I think he'll kick off. I honestly think he might. Are you ruling out the fact he might kick off, Brett? Because if he wants to go to Chelsea, believe me, he's going. It's just quite funny, and I'm not laughing at Sunderland, but I sort of am. Because Xhaka were giving it the bigger money on pitch and at full time end of last year, saying, you know, this is just the start, it's not over, all that shit that they come out with. at end of the season. And then he's off to Chelsea for 10 mil. Clipped in. Keeper collects. Been all Spain, but Austria have broke a couple of times, to be fair. The video on whether we got rid of Marsh too soon will probably be quite short. It will over here, BMG, but I'm certainly going to play with it. I'm going to make it out as I might just make it out as though I'd struggle to sort of make a joke and pretend I'm all in, but I might try and pretend I'm 50-50 on it, whether or not, you know, we got rid of him too soon. But, you know, as long as the main characters on the channel know, you know, where the river rides, where the water lays. What's the phrase? Where the water settles, where the beer flows like wine. Good lad, Bretty boy. Contrast, Marsh, grandiosity with Bielsa's humility. That's why we revere Bielsa and deride Marsh. A lot of big words in there for me, BMG, having had a bottle in 5 minutes, so it's zipped me a bit. But and it's 5% as well, so God knows where this will end up after full time. Revere Bielsa, yeah. I don't know what deride means, but I presume you mean dick slap. It is. I mean, Bielsa's got a lot of shit on him from World Cup, and Uruguay were pap, weren't they, to be fair. But, you know, what can you do? It's I can't help but sort of like, I mean, I do think Bielsa's obviously an absolute ledge, but I mean, some of the stuff in World Cup seemed a bit silly. I mean, I actually found that, you know, not lifting his head up really funny and that, but it is a bit mental in it, you know, not to be able to lift your head up for a photo. It's like, I don't know. It's, if it was somebody else's manager, I'd probably, you know, maybe I've just forgot too much about him. He's more Leeds than he knows it, doesn't he? So, but it's ultimately Uruguay that hasn't turned up. I don't really think, oh, you're Malin down right here. Bottled the tackle, though. I don't fancy tackle, does he? Yes, Ali. For me, Jackson, I look at this England team and see a bunch of turnips. Spence can't even pass a parcel. And we rely on Hazard, Kane, Miles off the pace. Can Tuchel do it at the world stage? Tuchel can, and to be fair, Kane produces, doesn't he? Harley 200. There's one thing you've got to say about Harry Kane. You know, he does produce, and I actually don't like Bellingham as a chap. He gets on my tits. I think he takes himself a little bit too serious. But he also has turned up in the games, and he does put himself about. If it hadn't been for them two, I don't really know where we'd be at. I actually think Rashford, unfortunately, is our biggest threat, other than Kane and Bellingham. Like going forward, obviously. Well, obviously, you know, you don't want somebody threatening at back, do you? I think Rashford's biggest threat out at 4 that we've got. Saka's not bang at it. And I think Saka's a little bit overrated, truth be told. I think Saka's good, and he's the best out of the 4 that we've got, if he's fully fit or if he's bang at it, but I don't think he has been. I thought Gordon were all right off at bench yesterday. But again, Gordon were poor in them first couple of games. I think everybody's got the knickers in a twist a little bit about England. Like, I don't think really, you know, we've gone from Southgate ball, haven't we? It's been like pretty miserable, boring, and, you know, really shit to watch, but grinding results out. And he's had a really easy draw. If Tuchel had have had that draw, I truly do believe we get over the line we won at tournaments. If Tuchel gets that draw. So I do think he's all right on the world stage. This idea that Tuchel don't know his best starting 11, I think, is absolutely wild as well. I think it's crack talk. And I think he definitely does. I just think he's been in a bit of a rotation. I think he's playing a few games with a few players. I think he's got enough balls and enough minerals to sort of like just stand his ground with stuff as well, which is what you want. I couldn't stand how Southgate were. Even though I actually initially thought how he dealt with media and stuff was all good, but, you know, it gets a bit... I don't know. I'd rather someone English bit manager. I'd rather it be Eddie Howe or something. I know Eddie Howe divides opinion for some reason, but And I don't even buy too much into this altitude thing, you know, when we're going to Mexico and that. I know it makes a bit of a difference, but you've just got to beat these teams in World Cup, haven't you? And that's ultimately all it's about. Tuchel's undefeated in World Cup, isn't he? He's drawn 1, won 3. You know, I don't really know what more you want. Out of 4 games, conceded 3 goals, scored, what would it be? 8 in 4? You know, 2 clean sheets. And really, you know, you'd bang on, if you've ever played a competitive game of football, I've moved on a lot here, Ali. This isn't all in reply to you. But if you've ever played a competitive game of football, you don't really give a shit if you've not been very good for 85 minutes. You know, banging on about Belgium, who haven't been good in the tournament whatsoever. I think we've been far better than Belgium. But who cares if you're 85 minutes, you've been shit, and then you win 3-2. It's like, isn't that what football's about? You know, you get 5-6 minutes where you're the better team and you really capitalise on it. I thought that was a sign of a good team. I'm not saying Belgium are good. But the idea that, you know, Senegal deserved to win just on the basis that they were 2-0 up for ages is like, well, you know, who cares about that? It's final result that matters, isn't it? I actually agreed with Keane when everybody was saying, oh, you got a feel for him. It's like, why have you got a feel for him? They've tried to lose the game, ultimately. They couldn't get over the line. So, ultimately, it's a results business, isn't it? You don't want to come into World Cup. You know, Germany have bombed out, haven't they? Holland have bombed out. They're good teams, you know. Haiti give a relatively good account of themselves. Scottish were nearly crying in streets when they beat Haiti. So, you know, it's like, what do you want from anything, really? I know we want free-flowing, beautiful football and that, but not at the cost of losing, surely. It's just about winning. No one would give a shit about... If we'd have won it with Southgate, I'd have had to just take my medicine, wouldn't I, and say, well, fuck it, you know, I don't like the football and I don't think he's bold enough and he don't make enough substitutions and all that stuff, but he stayed till the job's done, didn't he? And ultimately, you know, he might outdo Tuchel at this stage, and I think Tuchel's a far better manager. But yeah. Probably not, to be fair, Brett. Probably not. Probably not, BMG. I actually think if Chelsea are serious about it, and I don't know why they wouldn't be, you know, because I mean I do know why they wouldn't be. I think it's a bit of a random signing myself. I know everybody really rates Xhaka, but I do think he'll fall off a cliff like all of a sudden. I honestly think he'll get old overnight. That's not a diss to him. I just think he'll go and then he'll suddenly become a bit of a liability. And for a team like Chelsea, with the greatest respect to Sunderland, you can get away with that if he has a few off games. At a team like Chelsea, there is no off game. I know they weren't particularly good last year, but he's gonna have to really keep some form. You can't, you know, it's a massive step up. I thought it was a big step down when he came to England again, really. At ultimately a promoted club, but you know they did well last year, Sunderland. So, I mean, maybe he's edging his bets. Maybe he thinks it'd be, you know, if his legs go next year, just getting a bit of a cash out, and maybe don't think he'll start. I don't know, but if he wants to go, he'll go. Austria's the mini Germany. Not for sale unless they stump up 30 million, says Brett. I don't know where that's from, Brett, but nobody's paying 30 million for him, and Sunderland know that. If they put a 20 million pound bid in, I think he goes. I think they're back to sell to get someone in. You'd have to take 20 million for him. He'd be a bit nuts not to. How old is he? He's 33. You'd take 20 million for him. I mean, 10 million's not. I mean, it's taking piss a bit, but not really. 34-year-old. Kit release, then more than one player revealed. You love it, 78 RPM. The 49ers have not let us down yet, boy. Let's keep it loose. Let's not go all historical here. We're too historical here. I don't know fucking jack shit. Harley 200 Jack. If I have to be honest, it's not coming home. Oh, what a tackle. We are missing an Elise type player. Madueke has looked off the pace too. Yeah, I don't really rate Madueke. I do actually buy this stuff that where, you know, a lot of Chelsea fans say his end product shit and stuff, and he couldn't deliver a pizza, could he? So, or pass a parcel, like you say, Ali. Frustrating. I think Declan Rice is so slow on the ball. Honestly, it blows my mind how like he trudges. There's like an opportunity, even in five-a-side style, where everybody's sort of forward. Oh, 6-yard box, it's in. It's that dickhead Cucurella. The refs give Summit, though. The refs give Summit. He's not happy with Summit. Cucurella's a dickhead, isn't he? Cucurella is a dickhead. I bet his mum's a dickhead and all. Your mum's a dickhead, blood. See, there's that. It's cold now. I'm going to be able to taste them now. It's the only problem. I thought Germany got robbed, so let's see what this is about. If that's fit keeper, then or if this goes against the goalkeeper, Arsenal, if we do this in the Premier League next year, Arsenal don't win a fucking game of football. How is that a foul on the goalkeeper? Do you know what? If this gets disallowed, I give up. The most frustrating thing about this, I don't know why the keepers don't just... Oh my God, it's been disallowed. What is with this? The Germany one, I mean, that was worse than Germany one. What are they giving? Why don't the keepers just run out, run into someone, and just fall over? Honestly, that would be my instruction as a set-piece manager. As a set-piece coach, I'd just say, right, as soon as the ball gets delivered, run out, run into someone as hard as you can and fall over. Don't worry about the ramifications, because there won't be any. Fucking joke. I'm going to pull that up whether you think it's a penalty or not. 50% have said one player per country, so let's have it. Brett, you have got your wish, brother. One player per country, let's have it. Start a poll. Was that a pen? I mean, I don't even know why I'm even putting that in. It's a fucking joke. So one player per country, boys. Let's have it. We didn't tell anyone we signed Bornau for over a week, but we all knew. Yeah, Bornau didn't pull any trees up either, did, to be fair. But it'd be interesting to see what happens with him, Luke, this year. I like doing history on here. It's one thing I ain't bothering with. It's too political, too historical for me, this. For me, it's a case of players gaining some confidence. It feels like the shirt weighs too much for them. Bless them. I do think I think there is a bit of a mental meltdown there. I think Kane can deal with it, Bellingham can deal with it, but like Declan Rice with his deliveries and stuff from set pieces yesterday, poor. I'm not saying he can't deal with it, but I don't know. I think there's a few home comforts with a few of them that they do kind of like these certain players around them. Poland. Why are we talking about fucking Germany invading Austria? They're not even playing against each other. Yamal, good save. Not by Yamal. Yamal shot, obviously. Crazy that when they were both at Palace, Easy looked a better prospect. Edge at box. Oh, that's a brilliant save. Sign him up. Never mind a fucking Trezeguet fella or whatever he's called. Suzuki. Motorbike. Brilliant save, this. Gets down low. Something Pickford struggling with. Should save it. It's a decent save. Eze looked a better prospect than Elise. It's remarkable how Elise has kicked on. Do you think, BMG, Yamal clips it in on the keeper again? That's another foul, but he's caught it this time, so there's no foul. Do you think it's because he's gone to Bayern Munich over Eze going to Arsenal? And not just the Arteta effect. I just think you're going to win a league. You're really allowed to express yourself. Elise goes to Bayern Munich, and whether we like it or not, and I'm not a football snob, but the German league, if you're playing for Bayern Munich, you are elevated, you are a better player. I'd argue even if you're playing for Dortmund, like look at Sancho and stuff. Yamal's in here, but he's offside. Dink's keeper is definitely offside. Missed anyway. But yeah, I'd argue, if you go to the German league for any top club, Dortmund, I can't remember who Alonso managing now off the top of my head. But even Bayer Leverkusen, I don't know. Oh, it was Bayer Leverkusen that he managing, wasn't it? Bayern Munich. You're gonna do, but I mean, De Bruyne went there. I know De Bruyne is world class, and so is Elise now. But I just mean it's not a bad place to go and cut your teeth, is it? Kiss my teeth, styly. So I do think it's an environment thing. I think if Eze had gone to Bayern Munich, I'm not saying he'd have become Elise, because Elise is definitely more better than him. He's more effective than him. He's more skillful. He's got a nicer touch, nicer strike. But Eze is very good, isn't he, still? He's had some big moments for Arsenal, but he's playing boring set-piece football, isn't he? And he don't fancy him, does he? So Joe Depp fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. An annexation, hardly an invasion. Yes, Ayo, it's a fucking invasion, you bastards. Hit that like button for me, boys. There's 40 in the room, only 27 likes. They're rookie numbers. Let's get them numbers up, boys. Appreciate every which one of you, as you motherfucking well know. And don't forget it. Yeet up. Read a book, Brett. Hitler was Austrian and invited Germany in offering free blowjobs on the march. I'll take it. Get up your loins, Brett. Looks like you're going to be reffing. It's a fucking invasion, you bastards. Stay loose. Same ballpark, ain't no fucking ballpark neither, and you know it. Steve Morrison, what's good, big man? Do you think England get more stick for poor wins than when it happens to other top nations without a shadow of a doubt? Steve Morrison. It's a good question, sir, as you always come with the heat. Without question, dude. I think we're really heavily critical of everything that we do. And I don't think anybody batted an eyelid with Spain's draw start. They had a really poor start, didn't they? They did not come out of blocks like whatsoever.
Austria just about standing firm.
But no one cares, do they? Brazil have looked a bit... Spain are 1-0 up. It's a nice finish. It's poor defending, I'd say, to be fair. It's lacklustre. But yeah, I'll change that. I'll pull that up. 70% have said no, that is not a pen. Oh, what did I even mean? Is it a pen? I meant fucking a foul, but hopefully everyone knew what I meant. Do you think we get more criticism for a poor win than other top nations? I think Spain can draw, and there was a lot less outrage than when we win. We beat whoever them shits were last day. Who did we play on last game? I can't remember. That's what I mean. But we did beat them. Took a bit of breaking down or whatever, a bit lackluster, but did win the game. That's what I'm saying. When you're in competitive football and you come out of the side and you go, well, we did win. It is positive stuff. You do go into the changing room at any level, don't you? And just go, well, we did win the game. It's not like we know that we can get better. If anything, it's more of a confidence boost. Because you go, well, we've shown a bit of resilience. We went 1-0 down to the Doctors, who I actually thought gave a good account of themselves. Regardless, and ultimately, I don't want to sound like a Dumbo. You are playing against the best of a country's footballers, aren't you? So, there were some decent players in there, weren't there? And they've got naught to lose. They're just going for it. It's good stuff. If we'd have got the first goal, if we'd have started better, we'd have battered them. But, it don't go like that, does it? We rode a bit of a storm. Pickford should have saved it. Yamal on turn, edge at box, straight down keeper's throat. I don't think we have this type of spice. I don't think we have Yamal. I don't think we have Mbappe. I don't think we have Messi. I don't think we have I think we've got more than Ronaldo, to be fair. He's been shit, and I don't like him. But, yeah, I don't think we've got that level of spice, what can just turn it on its head. But Kane does enough. I don't know, I think we're a bit harsh on like how we are as a nation as well. Like, we don't have an Elise, do we? Or, but we don't. Do we need one? Do you need one to go and win games? What's happened to like the old school vibes? Where, you know, and I'm not just saying pump it long, but why does it matter if Harry Kane's banging goals in? Who cares who like the focal point is or who's getting all the glory? Like, it's just about winning football games. Hoorah, Brett, for umpire. Gates up. Let's see if he accepts. Spain are pissing about in box here. It's lovely to see. Legendary. If one player per country wins and you're reffing because I don't understand the criteria, just put the criteria in, Brett, and I'll do my best to ref. Hey up, Jackie boy. Yes, Dazzler 15. What's good? Hope you're good, big dog. Yes, Dazzler, love it. You missed out on 90s drinking in Leeds. What a time. Happy hour galore. Could get thoroughly blasted on 25 quid. Woohoo. Let's have it. Yeets up. Yes, Dazzler 15. Love to hear it. I know the days of heaven and hell where my brother met his, I nearly said fine wife, but I don't even think I'm flirting with her. You know, but fine as in real nice, even though that could be seen to be worse. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was heaven and hell where it would be all drink as much as you can, which obviously they would say would be drink as much as you want. But as we all would, you'd think, well, no, this is drink as much as I physically can. And then I think heaven and hell was sort of like the final straw. The council were just like, we cannot have people coming in the bar for 15 quid and just drinking themselves to oblivion for 6 hours. I know it's good for business, but it's not necessarily good for us. So it's not good for the poor. But yes, Dazzler 15, I certainly did miss out on that, son. Although there were a few happy hours. Happy hours are dying a bit of a death. They still sort of do them, but they knock like about 50p off a pint, don't they? Happy hours used to be like £2 a pint, didn't it? I remember at Tiger. That must have been in 2008. And that were mint, that happy hour. They'd only do it like work times though. So you'd like, there were a gig on or whatever. Me and my brother would go out into town, be like Tiger happy hour, just get blasted for 10 quid. Fucking ace. Yes, Mingy boy, by the way, gates up. BMG's refusing to ref if he's not laid the seeds. Keeper's come out again. Just go down, keeper. Love the ad before you appeared. A Wimber way. You pick your own ads, brother. It's the algorithm. It's not me, son. It's simple, BMG. One player per European country. But we'd have to know. The only thing is we'd have to know the amount of countries, wouldn't we? Because there's more than 11 countries. Has he tried to dink keeper there? Audacious. All jokes, mate. Just wondering what your thoughts on Bielsa and the disaster he's had at the World Cup, post-match anger, etc. I love his post-match stuff, Harley. I don't give a fuck. It annoyed me a bit. Just because it goes around Twitter and it's just like, it's like someone having a go at your family member or something in it. But you just got to take rough with smooth, and it'll never take away from what we all think of him. So Austria might be in here. Down left, oh my God, it's a poor touch. It's a terrible touch. And then another even worse touch when you didn't think it could get any worse for him. Big Gloit. My understanding, BMG, that we need to put together the best 11 we can using one player per country. I agree. But if Brett wants to keep it strictly European, that obviously takes all the Brazilians out, takes Messi out, you know. But it does get, you know, you can only pick one French player, for instance. Austria are in again here. Spain are dead, you know. If they'd have been a bit more clinical on ball, Austria, they'd be fucked. Jack, if Darlow doesn't sign a new contract, would you take Chelsea, Mike Pender's goalkeeper, over Trafford and Suzuki as our number one. I don't want that Suzuki. I think that is a disaster in waiting AO. For some reason, ever since Joe stopped his YouTube channel and then has restarted, maybe people will come back round to Trafford. But for some reason, it correlated when Joe went on a bit of a hiatus. Everybody said that Trafford was shit now or something because he's been sort of edged out by Donnarumma as one of the best keepers in the world. Just because, you know, PSG couldn't afford him or whatever were going on over there with wages. And Man City could. So I don't know what's happened to Trafford, as though now he's not the best player in the world. And like we spoke about extensively, he's not just the goalkeeper, is he? You get best of both worlds out of him. His outfield, he's in goal, his outfield, he's everywhere. And that's where, you know, you still utilise Perry there, because there's going to be times where we need that when we need Trafford up top. So, you know, you've potentially got Darlow. You've got Darlow, Perry, Trafford in net options. At the moment, you've got Metcher up top, DLC, or Trafford. You know, you've got both. But definitely not Suzuki. I think he'll be shit. I honestly do. I think he'll be so bad. They're in again. Austria down right. It's a good cutback. It's a decent, better touch. Big numpty number 5's not on it. Mambo number 11's on it though. Oh. Offside. Yes, Mingy boy. BMG, stay loose. Joe Depp has done nothing wrong. Paul Ladd's on holiday. You get what you deserve in this group, though, to be fair. You get what you're given. Do what you got to do. Italy will doubtless be used up on a goalie or maybe a defender. They're in again down left here. I think Spain are flaky, you know. They've got a good front line, but they can be got at. I'd take the Iranian keeper. He was amazing. I don't like watching keepers, jokes aside, I don't like watching keepers for one game and then deciding that they're decent at football because, you know, there's been many an occasion. I mean, Cairns had a belting game against us, didn't he? And if he was to be the fucking new man on the block, scary stuff. Unless they pay 30-ish, Jack, it's not happening. Jacker has also come out and said he respects Sunderland in case it doesn't happen. Chelsea are lowballing as they don't want him. But why would Chelsea be playing them games with you, Brett? That's all I would say. Like, what is in it for them? What's the point in playing games for Jacker? Like, because it's not going to wind Arsenal fans up. It's just going to wind Sunderland fans up. Oh, BMG, you're in danger of getting booked here. Dictionary corner, was that when I was doing my Spanish? If Darlow does sign a new... Oh, I nearly read it. I thought it was an add-on to the question. I can confirm that 65% have said that they do think we get more criticism for a poor win than other top nations. I didn't see that, but commentator made a lot of it, so I presume it was a decent save. He's in. Now that is a decent save. He's your man. He's your fucking man. Get that motherfucker. Who's he? Maradona's out though if it's European. I mean, I'd go Messi all day. Let's not do this. Fuck it, pull it up. To be fair, we could pull the countries, couldn't we? We could narrow it down. I put Pele in there, just even though I think that's a non-story, but... Bielsa is autistic at the end of the day. He struggles socially, literally only cares about football, none of the fluff. There's been a thing going about him being autistic. I think it's a bit daft, Harley. I don't want to get serious on you because I think we have a bit of fun on here, a bit of banter, but has he ever said that, or has anybody around him ever said that, or whatever? I don't think everybody that is like only bothered about or not bothered about media or don't want to have an Instagram account, I don't think that makes you autistic. I think we're going too far with all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? I don't think on a hit bad it, lad. I don't think just because, you know, you like your own space or you know, bit of a loner, I don't think it makes you autistic. I don't think everything's autism all the time. I think Bielsa's a unique character. I'd be so pissed off if, you know, if you're a bit unique and then somebody just goes, oh, it's because he's autistic. It's like, does it matter if it's because he's autistic or not? I think we've got to stop with this stuff. Bielsa was legendary, but he seems he's past his sell-by date now. I think that's harsh as well, BMG. I think it's harsh. I really do. Brett, you don't get it. If his head is turned, you can't do shit. He is worse than useless to hold on to. Joe Depp. Who's the honey? She's not that much of a honey, to be fair, but she'd be worth a week. I'm Messi all day over Maradona, but I never saw him, did I? But, you know, I think Messi's done far too much. Keep it European, says Brett. Older fans versus younger fans there, Joe. Yeah, that's probably right. I know, Luke, but also did some pretty good things with them early doors, didn't he? You know, and they were going around Twitter, weren't they, saying that it's Bielsa's football sort of getting it going on, but definitely some spats. It's a difficult thing, isn't it, when you've got big egos and like Suarez and that coming towards the end of his career. You know, he's had some top managers. Does he want, you know, I do think Bielsa is the man that doesn't want any egos playing any part in the room, you know. I also think that's a little bit over-egged, but I think some of them want their dick sucking relentlessly. And I don't think Bielsa sucks dick, which, you know, in 1990s used to be a positive thing. But now not so much. Fuck the younger fan, says Joe Depp. Good, so we lose nothing. We can put him in under 21s as we wrote that money off when he signed. Get him in under 21s. It'd be useful in under 21s, won't it, Brett, rather than just taking 20 million for him. Wouldn't you be better off taking 20 million for him? Get the money, man. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face, brother. What about Di Stefano? He's ruled out because no one on here happens to be old enough to remember seeing him play at his peak. I do not, and I've never seen him play at his peak. But I'm going to check. Yeah, he's the Argentine fella, yeah. I do know his name. MVG. Messi for Argentina over Maradona. It's not even close. The GOAT. Ayo, get in. That's not even controversial, brother. We're in now. I'm hoping it's been sorted. I'm hoping there's some suggestions down at the bottom. But Saka can pop up with a finesse shot outside the box in big games. Why did we not take more right backs? Because he's not Gareth Southgate, Ali, and he don't feel like he has to take a team worth of fucking right backs. You know, he could have been a bit more. That is not a foul. That is not a foul. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't take another 6 right backs. You know, ironically, we could have done with them now, but I think we'll be all right. It's a nothing position anyway. Sorry, boys, but Mexico are going to tear you a new one, not just beat you. Let's have a look here. 62% are saying Messi, 12% Maradona, 25% Pele, which I put Pele in there as a bit of a laugh, to be fair, but people do get on board with Pele. Will we beat Mexico? Yes, but not in 90. No, but in more than 90. So yes, no, we'll just beat them or we won't beat them in 90. And then you can work it out, you're not dumb. No, but you know what I'm saying. Jack, did you see Tommy Tuchel berating Spencer? Certainly did, Luke. Yeah, he's been at it during games. He's been at it in training, hasn't he, apparently. You know, I think that training one's been a little bit over-egged, to be fair, Luke. But he's definitely... I mean, I've got to say, I watched Jed Spence today on a video where he's taking on, like, 11 players, you know, that are defending against him. And he's obviously brilliant, and he doesn't look like he's trying. And when I say he's brilliant, I'm talking about at a lower level, boys. Saying if he came down to play Sunday League, he would be taking the absolute Pied Piper piss, wouldn't he? He'd be bringing everybody in and dropping everybody. Be poisoning every fucker in the building. But because at the top level, it's obviously different. But my point being is he didn't look arsed at all, like, about how it looks and, like, you know, a few step overs or whatever. But really, you know, any professional footballer would just run through. The drill I saw, it didn't look good. And they were getting loads of shit in comments, to be fair. Mingio, cause we need wed head new. It's remarkable how good Jadon Sancho was when he was at Dortmund and first got picked. And how crappy he is now. The scum curse. The scum curse has not helped. Oh shit, that one's got ice in it. I've saved that while last. You can't see that, can you? You can't see it, but it does. I assure you it does. Saving it while last, but it'll be horrible. But fuck it. But tough luck, fuck it. Yeah, it's not just the scum curse, to be fair, BMG. I think it's him. I think he's a fucking big baby. But, because the reason why I say that is, I agree with you though, BMG. The scum have killed many off, haven't they? But, you know, Di Maria's gone on to win World Cup, hasn't he, afterwards, and had a flourishing career. You know, they don't have to kill him, does it? You know, it killed McTominay, he's gone off and had a decent career. He actually did, he was one of more shining stars out of him as well, which is even more mental, but it wrote him off, and then he's just been pony ever since. It's wrote Rashford off, and he can't seem to come back for it again. I think he's our only threat, but, you know. On paper, they got the players, loads of talent, big names, all that, but when it actually kicks off, it's like they forget how to play simple football. Midfield gets all slow and overcomplicated. This holding midfielder hype drives me bonkers. These players, they want to play holding midfield, don't they? Why can't they do, like, if you play Gruev and Ampadu, and I'm dumbing this down to our level, to Leeds level, like where we're at, these players are meant to be the elite of the elite. If you dumb it down to where we're at, if you play Ampadu and Gruev, them two are going to be two holding midfielders, aren't they? Why is it these top players, if you played Ampadu and Stack, which he doesn't do, so let's say Ampadu and Tanaka, right? If he plays them in more of the holding role, in a two, Ampadu holds and Tanaka gets forward, doesn't he? If he played Stack, it'd be Ampadu holding, Stack would be the one getting forward. When it has been Ampadu and Longstaff, Ampadu holds and Longstaff's the one that gets forward. Why is it that Anderson and Rice both want the easy job? Because whether you like it or not, I love Ampadu. That is the easier job out of the two. The harder job is to get on the ball, try and move it forward. Ampadu does that in little patches, just like Anderson does, just like Rice does. But when they're both competing to do the same thing, it's lackluster. It's fine if Rice just wants to kill the game off constantly and play slow. But that means Anderson has to turn up and move the ball forward. Move stuff forward, but they don't. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mental to me. Stack would not be doing that. If you put him centre mid with Ampadu, it'd be like, right, brilliant. Ampadu's always holding. You know when Scum were good? And they had like Scholes and Roy Keane. And when Roy Keane were young, he'd get forward. Like when it was Vieira and Petit. Petit less so. Petit would get forward less than Vieira. And Gilberto Silva, they're more holding midfielders. But Keane Keane were a box-to-box midfielder. And then he, as he got older, he wound down and became more of a defensive midfielder. My point being is, the old school where you go, you get forward, I'll stay back. And then when I go forward, you stay back. You just take it in turns. Simple stuff, right? I'm fine with that not being a thing anymore. I don't care about whether they both want to get forward or not. You pick who's better at getting forward. When West Ham had Rice and they had that Souček were better at getting forward than Rice, and that is ultimately why he didn't get a lot of goals. And everybody banged on about how good Rice was. So I think he's fearful of breaking forward. I truly do. I think it's out of his comfort zone. I think he thinks, I can have a 7 and 8 out of 10. Everybody can say I'm world class because I'm keeping ball on edge at box, between edge at box and outside at D. Centre spot. The outside of the D and the centre spot, I'm not moving much further from that. That's why when we have tons of possession, they both don't want to do out with it. Because they're both doing the same thing. It's like, oh, but I'll just do my job here. I'll do my job. It's like, no, one of you have a bit of fucking impetus and do something. Mexico 2 losses in 98 at home with a mental crowd. I know 78 RPM. I heard Brad Friedel today was on about how they'll be setting fire alarm off and all sorts at hotel. You know, like trying to piss all, or trying to make sure you don't have a good night's sleep or whatever. So they definitely know how to play games, don't the Mexicans? Just in general, madheads. Maybe there should be a rule that there's the same qualifying criteria for a manager as there is for players. Hopefully this has been sorted because I'm 35 minutes behind. Similar story, but even less consistent. You get decent moments going forward, little bursts of creativity, but defensively it can look shaky when quick wingers run at them. We're getting caught on counter, aren't we? There's no doubt about that, Ali. And but ultimately, any way you play, there's always a way to counteract it, isn't there? So it comes up with it. But yeah, I agree. We've not looked great defensively. Altitude, suck it up. Bosh, War Piglet strikes again, and you know it. MVG, you are the what would it be? You are the dual nationality sniffer dog. So I didn't realise that Harley may very well be Roger, aka Andy. But it is a very different persona, if it is to be. Harley makes me laugh on the reg. Paolo Maldini for Italy. You ain't going to get much better defender, in my opinion. Ayo, if we've hopefully started this off, I would absolutely, no doubt. And I mean, there's a few defenders, but Paolo Maldini, I can't say his name, granted, but Maldini is definitely. I'm a bit too young to have really seen Maldini, but I loved AC Milan at the time and stuff, even as a nipper. They were like my foreign team. Them and Roma for some reason. So I'm sort of torn with like Totti and stuff. There's a lot of Italian players that I love, to be fair. Even Gattuso and that, you know, just madhead. But Maldini's different gravy, innit? It will be crazy if Belgium win it after how close they were to going out, although I doubt they will. It'd be mental. And our lass would win about 250 quid if they did. She's in 2 sweepstakes and she drew out Belgium both times. So she'll be absolutely peeing it. Senegal subs shot them in the foot, lost midfield control. Absolutely, Brett. Baresi, I'm team Maldini though, MVG. Dino's off for Italy. Joe Depp keeping it old school. I thought Netherlands would go deep, but unsurprisingly, I was wrong. They can't help themselves, can they, BMG? I'm biased towards Maldini. Pirlo's a mint shout. I think that's from Napoleon at 78 RPM. Pirlo or Pirlo. John Charles, Johan Cruyff, Joe Depp, that's a mint shout. I was trying to think about when somebody said about Holland and BMG said about Holland. That's what I mean, BMG. That is totally unannounced. I'll Google it. It's just, I just think it's a mental thing to say. There is no public record or clinical diagnosis confirming that football manager Marcelo Bielsa is autistic. It's crazy. Kenny Dalglish, I never thought about it, to be fair, 78 RPM. Are you doing the European now? We're sticking to one per country, remember. Someone's going to have to pick from all these Italian candidates. This is it, MVG, yeah. I think we need to come to... With this, we might have to do a follow-up and do a Del Piero, Ming. That famous European, yes, Pele, yes. We might have to do like a follow-up where we sort of refine it down to 4 names and pull it up to pick who's at it. I think we can unanimously pick the best player, though, to be fair. Although I said Maldini and nobody else has flown in. AO said Maldini and then I backed that and then everybody else has said different, so... There was a lot of talk about better football, more control, more attacking play, and a clearer identity. A lot of fans took that and basically ran with it, especially with Tuchel being linked to promises. It's also not helped Ali 200 with that first fucking game where we all saw second half and thought, here we go, you know, Tuchel balls. Tommy tickled them. So everybody sort of got on board with that, hadn't they, rather than... I think if we'd have drawn against Ghana at first game and then slapped Croatia 4-2 the second game and then beat Panama, whoever it was, in the third game, I think there'd be less panic. But, you know, 4 games unbeaten. It's declared, but I'm well behind. Strictly Europe. Yes, Steve Morrison. Xhaka seemed like one of those big fish in a small pond signings. It's been a success based on a wave of excitement. At Chelsea, he'll seem average as he was at Arsenal. I liked him at Arsenal, Steve. But I must say, Chelsea's expectations of Arsenal's expectations when he was there, Chelsea expect a lot more than what Arsenal expected when Xhaka were there. And ultimately... I actually thought the Arsenal fans were pretty harsh on him because I think they were shit at the time, and I actually thought he was one of the ones that always put 100% in, and I do think he's a good captain and stuff. But I think you're right. I think he'll go into the swamp at Chelsea, and I don't think he comes out of the side of it. Peter Schilt and Joe Depp. It's a good shout. Rice at right back, 78 RPM. I don't want to see it, but I think the reason why I don't want to see it is because of we're too far into competition, aren't we, to take a centre midfielder out and put him in centre and put him right back. We're literally too far into competition. Stay loose, Joe Depp, my old mucker. You don't want to be like making big decisions now. And putting Declan right. It's too much that. I don't mind in-game. You can go with it in-game, but... I called Madueke out for being shit, and he immediately started playing better, although still not great. Yeah. It's going to be... I think it's going to be trickier than we thought. What we're pulling up, Lukey boy. I'm well behind here. Let me catch up. I'm fucking nearly 40 minutes behind. George Best for Northern Ireland. Cucurella made the wanker 11. Yeah, he's a dick slap. George Best. I think George Best will be one of the ones that ended up going in there, wasn't he? Stewie Dallas. Yeets up, Luke. I'm stuck between Liam Brady, Johnny Giles, and Damien Duff for Ireland. What about my man Robbie Keane? Or Roy Keane? Yes, Nipper, what's good, big man? Arsenal and Arteta have broken Rice and Saka before the summer, by the way. Yeah, well, yeah. Shit. Utility. Whoa, stay loose. Are you able to show any of those slides I sent you, Jack, to see what the population think of them? I certainly will, BMG. Let me catch up. And certainly will, man. The mint. Yeah, I know. 78 happy. I'm myself far behind. Alioski in. Gates up, Luke. He's got to get in there. Ugh, no, Ronaldo doesn't go in. I mean, he does, doesn't he? But Paulo Hernandez, Spain, I can't have that, Luke. Did anyone think that it was a pen on Kane? I thought he could have made it Stonewall if he'd carried on running into the keeper instead of jumping. I don't know why he did the dive, BMG. I agree. There was a lengthy chat about it in the group chat yesterday, and I don't know why he does the dive. He dives rather than letting the foul happen. I think it is a pen, but I don't know why he dives. Haaland for Holland, Luke. Leeds. Julineri. Do you want Suzuki though, 78? Let's pull it up. Let's pull his puppy up. 43% think we won't beat Mexico. 30% think we will. And 22% thinks we will, but not in 90. Do you want a motorbike for a goalkeeper? If you were picking a player from Italy, would pick, say, Buffon in goal or an outfield player? I know, we just need to be able to refine it down though, Brett. That's the worry. You'd have to go Zidane for France, to be fair, BMG. I agree. There's been some mint players, haven't there, like Henry. I mean, I actually prefer Henry to Zidane. I've been on record on saying Zidane's slightly overrated. Haaland is not from Holland, I can confirm. I'm going to stand in a corner with the opinion that we'll get some stick. At least he's better on the ball than a young Messi. That's crazy, Harley. He actually has better stats in terms of overlaps made, etc. That's Harley. That's a step too far for me, son. Big Jeff Thomas. Are you starting to restrict the freedom of the Underlap chat, Jack? Telling us what we can and cannot discuss. Might be massive history buffs on here. It's not that. No, I thought we were going to go down some sort of mental Hitler-esque. I'm Thursdayed out. I'm thirsty for the ale. There's footy on. And I don't like making football political. So I thought when we were on about some Austrian war with Germans, I just thought anything can be spoke about MVG, you know me. But not while World Cup's on. Sick of everybody going, I can't like them because something happened then, and I can't like them because that happened then, and he's a dick because his mum fucking shagged me missus 10 months ago and she's a lesbian and she's Argentine, which then doubles. I just got over that war, and now because of that I'm blaming Messi for shagging me missus, and she's now a lesbian. She's going to put a dick on the end of a fanny, and we're going all around the ringer, quite literally. Around the outside. Britain. Get all the names in the chat. Decision on each player per country per position. The problem is though, Brett, I can only put 4 in a poll. Pele, yes, Alan Clark, but that is Brazilian. I need to catch up. I don't know how I've managed to get so far behind. George Best would have to go, really, Northern Ireland, wouldn't he? But I'd go Republic of Ireland if that's allowed. I think Roy Keane gets in. I can vouch for that, to be fair. Rafinha would not be the one from Brazil, to be fair, Luke. But luckily we're staying in Europe, But Rafinha would not be the Brazilian. I know you're being joyful. Forget the first 11. The subs bench is going to be rocking. Literally, can you imagine the warlords that you'd bring on? Thoughts on the crucial AO mistake against Brazil? I've made my maybe knock his confidence in a Leeds shirt. The boy needs to grow a pair of nuts. Another pair of nuts. Metcha German. No, Luke. Luke's been a legend here. Unless we do keep it Leeds, and then we can just pick the best. You know, like, so Lee Boy, you can be the best English player that's ever played for us. Etc. For England, I'm being pure biased here by saying Nigel Martin's goalkeeper. Yeets up, Golla, golla, golla. CB, yes, what's good, big man? That's the last time I go with someone else's suggestion. Someone else. Ref who's down. BMG's not happy. 1-0 Spain. And Beppe, France, says Luke. Henri Zidane, better. There's been some unbelievable French players, haven't there? Vieira. Desailly. Been some unbelievable French players. He did a bit, didn't he, CB? With goal. They're in against Spain here. That might be a pen. Ref can't give it. I need a piss. Get up, Joe Depp. Gary Speed, Wales. That's a nice shout, Luke. Should be skipper. The retro flavoured 11. Love it, MVG. Bear in mind, though, it'll end up being my 11. Get up, Joe Depp. Of course, we think we get more criticism. We watch English media coverage. We don't watch the coverage of the Brazil telly channels, etc. Over in Brazil, I'd imagine they also get the same issue. That is true, to be fair, Ali. That's a different take on it. Really, BMG? Really? I'm more with the Welsh Xavi, I think. I'm Gary Speed for Wales, 78 RPM. I'm Messi all day, but we're in Europe here. Radabu. CB contests the comments. Stanley Matthews, Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish. It's only Europe. Whoa, just wide. It's something happening called confirmation bias. I will bet a hefty amount that we don't hear lots of what is said on other TV channels. No, that is true, that, Ali, to be fair, but I do think we're wampers. Sensational goal celebration. Big Gerd Muller. Franz Beckenbauer's a good shout. McGinn. Beckenbauer's a brilliant shout for Germany, but there's loads of Germans I like. If we're going World Cup, you'd have to go closer, though, wouldn't you, really? Yeah, Cruyff gets in. Tuchel is a joke, says JB Leeds. Bring back Southgate. It's not Southgate for me. Archie Gemmell. Whoa, boys. Maybe this 11 is too broad and we should do 4 keepers, 4 defenders. My devil's advocate take is that the wingers are shit, but they're more suited to getting the best out of Kane than shoehorning Palmer / Foden and other favourites there. That's why I got behind it, Steve. That's genuinely why I got behind it. When he released the files, because I'm sick to death of just everybody being a bit shit rather than just picking a side that's sort of like, you know, going to win your games. Ultimately, Madueke has won the Premier League this year, hasn't he? And he's played quite a big part in it. You know, Modric, Croatia, I think that's a shout. Stoikov, I can't say his name, but I know you mean. Georgie, Hagi, there's some belts coming in here. Hagi, definitely, Hagi's mint. Bobby Moore, Snap. We used to play footy with Snap. No, I didn't actually, but somebody I know did. Oh, he's all taking. We've stopped taking the cards now. We watch the World Cup on ITV and BBC Sport, therefore we are conditioned to think we are singled out as getting more stick. for getting bad wins. Ultimately, you can only get a few bad wins before it's a loss. I think the Jack Daniels has got to get in. Yeah, I think they're obviously more interested in. I can't even talk. I'm not going to be able to catch up now. Dzeko for Bosnia. Joe Depp, one of the most underrated strikers ever, along with Shevchenko. Not underrated, to be fair, but I mean, Shevchenko would get in over Dzeko, in fairness, but stay loose, boys. Yes, Jules D, what's good, big man? Alioski's got to go in there. Whenever we can shoe Alioski in, we have to. Yes, Jules D. Ming's been quiet though, to be fair. Yeah, it's madness though, isn't it? It's playing for your country, man. You wouldn't think the ref would have that much fucking... you wouldn't think the manager would have that much credence on you. Like, do you not want to win the World Cup? Or, like, do well in it? There'll be nothing retrospective happens over here, BMG. Yes, Mingy boy. I need to catch up here, boys. Brett's doing his hard work here. Oh, I think it'd be an expensive mistake, that, BMG. I think that Bielsa's lack of social skills could maybe have impacted the lack of success in his career. Although he did fantastic at Leeds United. They're in now, down right. It's a strike. It's gone out for a goal kick. He's not accepting any card. Klitsch for Poland, love it. Pontus Jansson for Sweden. Fuck him off, Luke. He gets on my tits. You've missed the Badger Jail UFC, but I'm so far behind that you've probably gone now. But Giovanni, Tesco, Davosuka got golden boot. Signings like Trafford and Brandt would be statement. We intend to compete in this league as a big club, not just survive in it. I agree, Steve. That would have got more credence from me, but I'm trying to catch up. Russo, as I live in London, I'm wondering if I should follow Meslier to Arsenal. I'd love it if he got that Arsenal move, because they're only on Twitter, wasn't it? But never going to be able to tell you his name. Jack Cork, JB Leeds, Litmanen. What a shout that is, BMG, isn't it? Goal at night. Litmanen were a boyo as well. Oviedo. Oh yes, there we go, MVG. Now that is sweet. It's got to be Big Ibra. Best player from each country. JLUFC. Peter Shilton's had a few shouts. I think they've all been by you though, Joe Depp, to be fair. Ask my daddy, says Pele. Denmark, Peter Schmeichel. I can't have Peter Schmeichel anywhere near it. Absolute dick slap. Michael Laudrup, gates up. Sammy Hippier. Shaqiri. You'd have to go Xhaka, surely, just to keep Brett happy. He's a good man, Steve. He's a good man. Einar for Iceland. Henrik Larsson's a mint shout, to be fair, for Sweden, but I'd still go Zlatan. Einar is the only player. Good Johnson, yes, for Iceland. That's a mint shout. Good Johnson had an amazing career. Yes, Cletus, you young fellas have never seen Maradona. The player was rougher back then. Not everyone would flop. To be fair to Two Guy, that's a mint shout. BMG, you're knocking it out of the park tonight. to be fair to Messi, I don't think Messi goes down easy, so Luke's sanding out cars now. It's gone all peaked on. Jack, we won't give him for 20 or less than 30 because we can't replace Xhaka whatsoever. Well, yeah, but if he's in under 21s, then he's rendered useless, isn't he? That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. I need to catch up here, boys. Sorry. Yes, JT, me old mucker. No, I quite like the gimp mask, to be fair, but what's with this daffodil? I don't know what this daffodil's all about. Stay loose, boys. If Bowen is worth 50 million and Shea Charles is valued at 30 million, then Gabby's legit 50 million. That's my controversial. I mean, it's not, to be fair, it's not far off being controversial, Ayo. It's not far off being bang on the money, brother. I mean, I don't think Bowen's... Well, Bowen maybe he's worth 50 million. I don't think Shea Charles is worth 30 million. That'd be my... I agree, BMG. I'm going to have to go for a piss, boys. So... You know what that means. Need a piss. Leave you with 50 ladies. Take it. 2-0. Austria. Good day, mate. There'd be all hell break loose if you were reffing tonight, BMG. Let's get this fucking volume back. I still don't think Spain have bang at it, to be fair. I know they're beating Austria 2-0 quite comfortably. Who the fuck are Austria? Austria! Who was that tall lad that used to play for Greece when they won Euros? Who was that Greek dude up top? Luis Figo. Gates up. That's better, eh? Fuck Ronaldo. Stack is our best midfielder because he can do 6 or 8 with ease. And likely could do okay 10. Box to box. He's a traditional box to box midfielder, 78. Of that there's no doubt. Papadopoulos. Gates up, Mingy. Also, I've just realised how far behind Jack is. Massive skip incoming tonight. I don't know how I'm so far behind MVG. Ugh. I'd rather have fucking Penandas in. Simicas. Is he Greek? Is he JLSC? De Bruyne, Belgian, BMG. That's a good shout. Manuel, no. There's too many good German players, to be fair, to put Nor in, but he's had a hell of a career. Paneka, it's got to be. To be fair, BMG, that's shot at night. I don't, MVG. I don't. You on about history there again, BMG? It's going to get nasty, innit, this? They may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom. Is Baggio in the conversation for Italy? That would be a, you know... You boys. Norway's got to be Haaland, hasn't it? Rude Ullet, mint shout, Peter White. Ian Rush, Wales, Bale. Bale gets some of tits a bit, but you'd have to... Bale's got to be in with a big argument for Wales, apart from obviously Dan James. You're doing well, Brett. We appreciate you, brother. As a last minute standing. I think Bielsa is high functioning autistic. He has all the traits. Most of his generation are undiagnosed. Because there's not a thing back in the day. That's kind of what I mean though, 78 RPM. Some things just need to be left unsaid. He's alright, isn't he? We don't need to... I don't know if everybody needs a diagnosis. Zlatan's got to be in there, Peter White, for me. Zidane's getting some votes, to be fair. All I remember, JT, of Ian Rush is watching videos of how fucking shit he was at Leeds. And I remember saying it because he got like 2 goals, whatever, didn't he? And my brother were like, he was so mint at Liverpool. Like, it's crazy what you do to your career, innit? You know, like, I think about these, like, sort of in the 30s players now, do you know what I mean? And when they're not quite at the... Like, when we've seen them at their absolute peak, their absolute pomp. And then we... You know, they sign for a club and you go, oh no, just to be clear, you know, you're talking to like a 10-year-old lad, like, he was amazing like 3 years ago, and that's the only reason that we've signed him. So, yeah, it's crazy, really, because I thought Ian Rush was shit, and my brother put a stop to that quite early on. Zlatan's got to be in, he's the best of the best. We're not sure at the moment, Luke. I think Brett's doing his best. I think Zidane's got to be the one that goes. I'm enjoying the double up. Through the week, I'll put them all into positional categories. Then we can do a chat vote for each position. Yes, Brett. And I will be going live and doing more ship vids probably after World Cup, in truth be told. So we'll go live and we'll jostle it. I'm just so busy at the moment, boys. I'm like, with it being summer, like genuinely, I'm DJing relentlessly. I'm turning down Thursday nights to do this podcast. Friday night, Saturday daytime, Saturday night, Sunday daytime. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday daytime, doing 12-hour shifts. I managed to get a bit of time off on a Wednesday. I'm like, fucking, honestly, I don't know, I'm not dead. I'm getting spotty, fucking eyes twitching, my wrists killing. Not from wanking before anybody says oh. So I'm fucking falling to bits, boys. So, out of interest, are Israelis allowed as they are allowed in Eurovision? There's a few in there because Russia got dropped, didn't it? Anybody's welcome. If you're in Euro Song Contest, I think that's how we should do it. Edgar Davids for Netherlands, just for his iconicness as well, Jay. What's good, Jay? Mikalenk knocked it out of the park just because I can't say it, and I do know who you mean, to be fair, BMG. Yes, Bretty boy. Zidane, I think Zidane played for... He is in style though, isn't he? No more Googling MVG. Send the man over the edge. MVG, that the Edgar David goggles are like the fucking like the Ramazani cartwheels, aren't they? Platini, I presume we're trying to get at here, BMG. You're getting like you're getting like Ming with fucking Angelotti. Get Alioski up in this bitch. Opera of Estonia. Heyo. Haggie's a beast, mate. Malcolm Bell, absolutely welcome, Malcolm Bell. No, I don't think it is it, to be fair? We're into geography territory now, but... Brett's on it now. As Leeds fans, we surely have to say Giles for Ireland. Let's have some positive bias here. Gates up 78. Zinedine Zidane has been mentioned, Mink. Luis Figo. But surely, but where would they be? Would you then put them into the new country and then contest that? Do you think someone in Barca sang Autoglass Repair and Mick Hewitt replied Autoglass Replace? Steve Morrison? That is a comment of the night, dude. Thank you very much for that. What is Yugoslavia now? I ain't got time to be fucking Googling stuff right now, but what is Yugoslavia now? No longer exists, we know that. It's a territory... Fuck me, fuck this. This is... Oh, it's all been broke up. Right, so it's been battered. So it's Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Kosovo. So it's been slapped, it's been smashed up. Many countries, Brett. I could have just gone through MVG. Figo's in. Kane dived because it was... He does like a dive, Joe Depp. Do you actually? 78 RPM. It seems fucking nuts to me. 61% do want a fucking motorbike for a goalkeeper. I don't know. What are his initials, Ming? It's some fucker from San Marino, and there'll be a big baller, won't there? Some plumber. Some left-back plumber. BMG's dropping bombs here. Not bombs, that's probably what caused the problem, but Yugoslavia encompassed 6 republics: Bosnia, Croatia, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia and Slovenia. Take me. Do I have a hat? Well, I do have a hat, but I'm sending this back. But because I'm not keen on the fit. It's too loose, it's too slack. It should be a bit tighter and a bit more bowed. I mean, in America, they'd say, you know, just fucking... I was about to say, I take my hat off to you, BMG, for your knowledge. In America, they bend them, don't they? They'll bend the cap. But not me. I will not. I disagree with it. Just like I disagree with him. Oh. Oh, I took my hat off to you, BMG. I'm going to be slushed up. This is hitting me pretty hard. It's 5%, this. Schwally. That difference between 0.5%, I'm telling you now, makes all the difference. Jackal. Zidane. I don't know his name. When he finally get... Oi! Suzuki, imagine the chance. Imagine the statue, get the big lad in. I think, to be honest, that's, you know, it'd be another AO in disguise, wouldn't it? What do you reckon to that guy that reckons he went missing? I think he's just an attention seeker. I don't think we do, Joe. You've got to go with Maximus Aurelius Moreligus, though, surely. But I agree, Steve Morrison. That is bigger than fucking politics and war to me, brother. You brought them two literally rays of light into my life, so I don't give a fuck how they got there. You know, you brought them two bastards in. BMG getting his Google on now. Be sending Brett over edge here. Something like that, MVG. I was working towards it. I knew where I was going with it. Yeah, there's only one player per country. Yeah, there's loads for Spain. I can't believe nobody's mentioned Spain. Raul's a good shout. Xavi, Iniesta, Ramos. Adrian Mutu, get that fucking sniffhead in. Hey up, they're in here. And they said, no way, them. Spain have had some unbelievable players, haven't they? David Villa. I mean, he's not better than anybody mentioned, but I just loved him. Haggy's in. He's got to be in. Roy Keane is absolute dog turd compared to Giles. A total donkey in comparison. Giles, one of the best passes of the ball ever. To be fair, 78 RPM, I don't want to disagree with you just on the basis that you're on about a Leeds legend. But, and I know he played for Scum, but Roy Keane was an unbelievable passer of the ball, son. Get him in, Brett. We'll sort it, mate. Because when BMG pulls out, we all panic a bit here. Mutu for the show, beat Sherbet 11, and you know it, BMG. I feel like I'm catching up, and then I look at time, and I'm not. Raul Spain's mint shout. I do think Iniesta, really, for me. I think text the mustard. Either Iniesta or Cucurella. Hey, oh. Get Mutu in. Mutu were mint. If it had been now on Coke, nobody would have cared. Cucurella here. Inbox. Cleared. Cleared! Mikarita, whatever he's called. Get that pucky out of my fucking timeline, Luke. Can't stand him. Lewandowski, mint shout, Brett. Mkhitaryan. Which is what, you've nicked that, haven't you, I think, but... No, Jack, I meant four 11s for position. For instance, with England, how could you compare Peter Shilton to Harry Kane? Well, I think this is what Brett's getting at, though. Because you get the... you've got to pick the best... Oh, shit. You've got to pick the best player, aren't you, from the country. Oh. Jimmy 5 bellies. What about Jimmy the Chin? Nobody's mentioned Jimmy the Chin yet. New rule this week. This week's 11 cuts off at 10. That means I'm catching up there. Mosso Pust for Czech Republic. What about just because it sounds like Yamaza Ho, which means your mother's a cunt in Afrikaans. Lovely stuff, BMG. Get it stuck in there, mate. I agree, JB Leeds. It's been... there's been the odd game where they've turned up into, like, you know, these shit countries. And then there's been the odd game they've just got slapped, really. Yeah, I do. I don't think he's England's best ever player, but I do think he's England's best ever 9. I'm at the piss song, so... Yes, JB Leeds. Austria. Well then. That's why it's a good idea in that's why it's a good idea. I think we just needed to hunker down into the nuts and crannies of it, didn't we? So we could actually select an 11, which we are going to get to, but if the channel was more structured, we should have done like we could have done an Italy hour, couldn't we? And then a Norway hour and a fucking Austrian hour and I don't know why I'm picking all shit countries. Spanish hour. We could have done it like that, couldn't we? And then all slapped it in there. In fact, that's not a bad idea. Gascoigne. Oh, keep him on the booze. Keep him on the booze, that MVG, to be fair. I think it made him. Mark Poom. Goal at night, BMG. That brings back some right memories. Well, there's shit, and he's mint. And he's legit mint. This one's going to make me tiddly, boys. And you know it. Gascoigne off the booze. And it been saying that for... How old's Gascoigne? Gascoigne's 59. Hasn't Gascoigne been on about that for 59 years, Brett? Heidegger Johnson. Enason as well. Ena. Gilfie. Gates up. Good Johnson. Genuine. Unreal. Good Johnson's unreal, Ena. Matt Poom's sensational. Joe Depp keeping Peter Shilton alive. Is it Peter Shilton dead? So bad if he's dead. Peter Shilton's not dead, is he? Is he dead? No, he's alive. He's alive. Last report 5 days ago, he's alive. Good luck with that, BMG. Too many beers in for that. It's mental. The Gulf at the moment, 78 RPM. All I would say, and I'm so reluctant to try and say it because I'm so far behind on the comments. And this is what I do. I feel like I'm within half an hour at comments, so then I think I can have a chat with you. Because the idea is I'm going to chat with you, but you know, it's a fucking upward battle when I've had 8 beers. But And it's definitely not good to then chat shit before I say what I want to say. France will have a really difficult game where it just doesn't quite happen for them. And if they get through that game, they've pissed it. They've not had that game yet. You could argue the first game of their competition, I know they ended up winning that. I think that was that against Senegal. And they won that easy in the end. But I'm talking about like a knockout game, you know, I think, and it might end up being Argentina in final or something with just a bit of shithousery. And obviously if they get through that, then they win the cup. They're in again. Good challenge, that. But yeah, currently they're the only ones that look like they're on another level. They really are. Get up, Brett. Giorgio. Pope for the Vatican City. Love it, MVG. Get Assassin's Creed in there as well. What's his name? What about Matty Holland? Lima. It does just take a bit of lubrication in, doesn't it? It's 40 years since Maradona's under God. It's also 40 years since Mexico reached the knockout stage of the World Cup. And it's written in the stars, a million miles away. One of those two teams are going to win this World Cup. Mexico will not be winning the World Cup, so hopefully it's Argentina. Alfie Haaland over Erling Haaland, says JLUFC. Loving it, to be fair. J. Strasser, Luxembourg. Yes, Richie67. What's good, big man? Evening, Jack and chat. Yes, Everton want Darlow as Travers once more first team football. Great signing if we get Wilson. Hopefully we're getting Wilson, big man. I think it's all but done, innit? Oh, 3-0. Is he offside? No. Again, it flatters a bit to deceive. Can't believe I'm thinking of the best players from these really small European countries without any help from Google. MVG, the absolute wind-up fiend that he is. We love MVG. Let's slap some love in here for MVG. Yes, Lukey boy. I'm bringing these fuckers out and all, Luke, this time. When I woke up at the hotel, I had a daffodil between my arse cheeks. I kidnapped the taxi driver's mum, and I'm sure it was not him. So that only leaves Brett. What on earth were Brett doing in your hotel room there? I know you were sharing 78, but... I don't even know what that's about, 78 RPM. That's tickled me to no end. Player's name linked to movies. TV. Next time BMG. That rhymes. Yes, Irene. Dedic. Are we in on it? Are you in on it? This is one of the ones that I'm not going to release. I'm going to bring this out as a free download, I think. The one that I played earlier. Oh, yes, please. I thought it meant Bojan then. I thought, isn't that the... is he the Spanish fella? Yes, see, nah. Love you, mate. Cheers, Lukey boy. It's going to be a free download, I think. I'm going to remake the drop, I think, dude. Leader of the Foot Pigs, geared up. I'm going to redo the drop, I think, Jay. It doesn't slap quite like I want it to slap. So that's Wiley on that. Yes, Mighty Leeds. What you saying, big man? I recognise that thumbnail a mile off, son. Alliteration. Michael Miftiff Moulton. I agree with whoever said Austria's performance is questionable. Get up, JT. Enar's partying now. Partying, the night's young for Enar now. It's difficult to stay on top of tonight, Joe Depp. No doubt about it. Brett will be frazzling. 12 months' time, stat goes for 50 million plus. Have I got time for a quick poll? 55% want a goalkeeper, want a motorbike for a goalkeeper. Will we sell Stack? No. Oh, fuck. I ain't got time to not understand the question. If we don't sell... Oh, it doesn't make any sense. I fucked it up. It can't be this year, though, 78 RPM. But I think next year it could be worth 50 million. So somebody organise a question for me while I'm trying to catch up. I nearly Googled it. Italy's got to be Maldini for me. Klinsmann, it's a good shout, JLUFC, but I think there's so many Germans that I love. I'm Team Podolski, aren't I? Baggio or Badgerio, love it, Ming. Badgerio's got to get in there just for that wordplay. I agree, RPM. I personally can't see past John Charles for Wales, even though none of us has probably ever seen him play. I don't actually... I'm going to have to find out who that... Or was it... No, it was Greece that I'm on about. What the fuck was I going to say about that? Yeah, I don't actually like Bale. Like, I don't mind him, actually. I've seen a couple of interviews and he's alright. But I never liked him, really. Not as a player. I thought he was brilliant as a player before anybody comes for me. Didn't particularly like him, that's all I'm saying. Like, why would I like him? Played for a load of clubs that I don't like. But, you know, gotta be in the argument for Wales' best ever player. Rude Ullet, Joe Depp, just for hairdo. Brett's doing a fucking fandango job here. I'll have a right laugh with this. Dino, Roberto, Olondo Baggio. Dino, Roberto, which is the Baggio? They come hand in hand, they are. Quite literally, hand in hand. I am actually passing a bottle top between me there, but MVG when it large on the Google BMG. Stay loose, stay loose. High function autistics are often exceptional in their fields. For example, Elon Musk. I know, but has Elon Musk come out as autistic? I publicly disclosed it. Yeah. The point I'm trying to get towards, RPM, is I don't know why it matters. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be a dick slap, but we are animals, aren't we? So, like, does it matter? I don't know. I've taught a lot of kids with all sorts of, you know, they get put in groups, don't they? And I understand it I do understand it. When they're extremely autistic and stuff, where it's, you know, it's an extreme. But I don't think Elon Musk is autistic, if you know what I'm saying. I know he is or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying it all gets a little bit clapped. There's boys and girls that are clearly really I don't want to say struggling with stuff, and I'm not saying Elon Musk is the right version of autism or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. I just don't know why it's so like Elon Musk is autistic, so he's that's why he's a billionaire. Like, well, there's got to be a bit of autism to all sorts of stuff, isn't there? Like, I don't know. I know they all say it's a fucking spectrum and it's on a scale or whatever, but I don't know. I think we're going too far with it all. Like, oh, he really loves music, so it's like, you know, and he listens to the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, they're saying that Messi's autistic. He's a bit like, you know, socially a bit weird and that, and he can't really look anybody in the eye for too long. It's like, wasn't that just being a bit shy, sort of like? I don't even want to say longer than 10 years ago. Isn't that just being a bit shy? You're not autistic. You've... I don't know. I don't know. I think we spend too much time fucking treating everybody different. I'm going to turn the game off here. Treating everybody different when in reality we're all the same, while all having our own little unique little touches out with stuff. It's not a big deal. As long as you're not going around fucking punching it, you know, shooting anybody, then you go, well, no, he's ill. I don't know. I think I'll lose this battle. We're going to pull it up saying, do you think Elon Musk's autistic? I think Elon Musk is probably autistic. Well, he is autistic then. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. No Badgero from Mongolo. There he is. Get Solomon slapped in there just for the last game at season, son. The old Badgers Road. Jack. Busy DJing, working, drinking. And let us not forget hoovering. This hoovering stuff, I don't do no fucking hoovering. I just listen to the fucking hoovering. I'm constantly listening to the fucking hoovering. Yes, JLUFC, my lad. Ully, does he surpass Cruyff? Not for me. Gilet. What about a Gilet? Ian in the wings. Yes, Richard Todd. Fear not, dude. I'm far enough behind for you to be basically at the start. Thank you very much, Richard. We appreciate you, son. Give him chance. Give him chance. That is true, Luke. Honestly, that is true. That's a fact. In summer, when it's hot and like late nights, like in the sun, sunshine, your sunshine. It's Brett says, Jack, you mad, don't be knocking work back for the underlap. We all understand work first. I know, Brett, but I enjoy it, number one. And I've not been putting out enough shit vids to explain myself. So if they come up in August, I'm free July. But if they come up in August, because I want to go on this holiday with Nikita, love, and I need to make some pee. So it's, you know, the problem is with it as well. It's like, you know, I do all right in like the summer months, like extra work and that. But that's why I can't take a night. When you boys come down, like I can't really take nights off. It's like, it costs me money to go out. It's not like I'm taking nights off and staying in. So it costs me money to go out, spending a shitload of money going out, getting blazed up. And then I'm losing money because I'm not earning the money. So it's like a double whammy for me. So I don't want to, you know, say what I earn. But basically, whatever your night out costs, it's costing me double because I'm not earning. So it really fucks me off. So that's why I run off to work, you know, 11 o'clock at night. And that's why I end up absolutely blaked up. But we appreciate you, boys. We appreciate you. No badger, no party, Richard Todd. You know it. Absolutely 78 RPM. You boys are absolute boyos. You fucking know it. Oh, we're playing reverse psychology here, though. Dortujman. If you know, you know. Get him in there, MVG. Get Dortujman in there. It's fucking... I ain't got time for this, but I love the Dortujman. I love the dude. He's coming, you know. Fucking, I thought he'd. There's a Rangers thing here. Is this? No, is it New England? Thank God. I thought it's time for Rangers then. MVG. I nearly laid a Dortujman then. Giles is the best footballer I have seen play. Unlike most of that squad, he could play now and be worth 150 million. The rest of the squad could play though, couldn't they? 78 RPM, surely. But that's a massive statement, to be fair, 78. So I will take that. I mean, massive statement in terms of, you know, just on the knowledge basis. Because I know everybody does bang on about Johnny Giles, to be fair. And I mean that with huge respect. You know, he's one of the standout names, isn't he? It's mint, really. Genuinely, it'd be really interesting to see how fucking mint they'd be now. Do you know what I mean? Like, how different the game is. I just think they'd adapt to stuff. I know they were physical and that, but... And I must say, I've got to say this while I'm so far behind on the comments. The physicality stuff, I know gets a bit overplayed, and I prefer the game when it was more physical. But I'm from an era where it was less physical than when you're on about, but it was still physical in my day. Do you know what I mean? I'd have probably preferred it as a player if it were less physical, to be fair. But it's still physical enough. I don't know. The physicality's just changed a little bit. These lads are really strong. Not that the lads from previous eras want. They're super fit and they're strong and they're like... It's all body weight in it and stuff. It's just less massive tackles, isn't it? Which... Liam Cooper's got a massive tackle in him. My point is, I think that's been eked out the game. I don't think it's been eked out the players. All them Argentinian players can all go flying into a challenge, can't they? And if Messi started throwing himself about, I mean, Messi's only a little lad, but that proves with Billy Brenner it doesn't matter. He could definitely slam into a few challenges, couldn't he? It's all about timing and stuff. That's why football's so mint. Because I do think there's a technical ability to a massive challenge. Not anybody can make a massive challenge. If you shit, you don't get anywhere near the challenge, do you? Do you know what I mean? This idea that you go, oh, just fucking hack him down. It's like, you won't get anywhere. You won't get anywhere near me, never mind fucking Messi. You can't just hack him down. It'd be mint if you just hack him down. You just think, well, just fucking hack him down, break his legs, and then we'll win game, won't we? Just don't work. These players from yesteryear were absolutely at a level, and then there was a level of aggression to it, which is mint. But I don't think that... My point is, I don't know why I'm on about Declan Rice, but like... Well, any of them, they can all make a big tackle. Declan Rice don't make big tackles, so I don't know why I picked him, but... I don't know what I'm on about. Fucking aside it. To Tanaka, eh? To AO with his tears. Can I give Kevin Phillips for England a shout? England's only European Golden Boot winner. You can get him slapped in there, Brett, for me. I think he's... had he been at separate clubs... Get him in there. Get up. Oh, Black. Love it, BMG. Get Zidane in there. Has anybody said Zidane yet? If I'm the adjudicator, MVG, it's only a fair pass my suggestions. To be fair, you've been punished into it, Brett, and you've rode it out, mate. We appreciate you. I'm fucking half an hour behind again. I need a piss and I need a beer. But we're full underlap now. We've gone full underlap. A motorbike is better than a bottle of sauce. Richard Todd. I gave the comment of the night earlier to... I think I gave the comment of the night earlier to Steve Morrison. But I must say, Richard Todd, that is an absolute contender. Contender. Jack Charlton, for instance, now would have to play in handcuffs. Yes, that is fair. Jack, you need to be careful, buddy, as burnout is real. It's not nice when it hits. Enjoy downtime and enjoy 20 minutes power naps. I pull over for power naps, I know what they are. Fucking hell. Rest assured, dude. It's crazy. And then my biggest fucking downfall is like trying to stay relatively fit and going playing six-a-side and stuff. Genuinely. Because So I play at 9 o'clock at night on a Monday and a Wednesday, but it wires me. So I go from like, I need to be tired because I've had a weekend out or weekend like. Also, I'm sometimes on, well, I say sometimes on piss. It's just in case my mum's listening. I'm on the piss as well, so I'm working while I'm on piss, and then it's like that done. If I were just working, I'd just be knackered. But having said that, if I don't go out on piss, I wake up on Sunday and I'm like, I'm even worse. So at least, and I think, why aren't I hungover? At least if I'm hungover, I've got a little bit more like, you need to get up, you need to get going. I'm just fucking exhausted and I've not been on piss. So. Get Kevin Phillips in there. And Kelvin. Calvin, I'm calling him fucking Kelvin. Kelvin. Not sure to judge. I can't remember. You're getting mullered, Stiggy boy. Yes, Mike Lee's gates up. Kelvin. Oops, I did it again. I reckon the guy that went missing thought this. Let's save some money, stay here in bars to get pissed and bang some hoes. The family will never know, and it fucking rhymes RPM. And you know it. I 100% think he did. I think he just thought, here. I bet he texts one of his main boys and just says, look, I'm going fucking missing here. Don't fucking tell nobody. Don't tell wife, nobody. And then brother were like, I'll get on fucking ITV here, so be alright. Fucking shout. Skirtle, I don't know if that's a diss to me, BMG, because some Sikh blokes once told me in... I don't know, just met Nikita Love as well, actually. We were in... I can't remember, maybe it's Slug and Lettuce or up that end of town anyway. And this fucking guy goes, you look like Skirtle, you. This Sikh lad, he goes, oh, come here. And he was like, can we have a photo with you? And I was like, why? And he was like, well, Skirtle. And I was like, Skirtle? And I didn't even know what he meant. Like, literally didn't even know what he meant. And then he was like, yeah, you look like Skirtle. And I was like, Skirtle? I was not picking up what you were putting down. And like, yeah, you look like Skirtle. And just to be absolutely clear, it clicked on eventually. And I was like, Skirtle? The footballer Skirtle? Let me get a fucking headshot here. I put Squirtle in here. No, I don't want the Pokemon guy. I want... Fuck off. Screenshot this motherfucker up here. I'm going to go for a piss and get another beer if you don't mind, boys. I know I'm so far behind, but apparently I look like fucking Skirtle. That's so funny. I like Skirtle. I kept saying it and I was like, Skirtle? I just don't... I don't even care, boys. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I don't care. But I don't fucking look like him, do I? Or do I? Oh my god, right, I'm off for a beer and a piss, boys. I'm so far behind, but fuck it. It is how it is, innit? Nobody do it how he does it. Oh no, we need to keep Skirtle. He's still the play. Let's Skirtle up. Nah, it's kicked us out, hasn't it? Slags, we're gonna have to ignore Skirtle, boys, unfortunately. fucking... I need to pay a parking fine. I'm just trying to remember whether or not I fucking got it. I think I got it 2 weeks ago. I got it on Saturday. 2 weeks ago. So I might contest it, but you need to. You get 14 days, don't you? I know I'm chatting shit now, but you get 14 days, don't you? Before it all fucks you up. Before it goes like double. I think it were only 25 quid, to be fair. I don't know why that's popped in my head. I've fucking no idea, but it's that Skirtle thing, and it's feeling like I look like that cunt. Yeah, there's these Sikh lads. They're alright nice, to be fair. I think they're on a stag do or something, but yeah, I just met the Keatle over it. Was pretty funny. Oh, it's Skirtle. Billy's got to be in War Pigs. Ain't no governor around here, MVG. Nobody quite like you, mate. I think Lewandowski all day. BMG, I think, is a monster. Yes, JB, I agree, brother. Ronnie Ruffin, is he the fella that scored a hat trick in like 10 minutes? Ronnie Ruffin Hal or something. Yeah, Rosenthat. I never know we are, and I'm not the spelling guy. I'm not the spelling guy, Ming, but Jimmy the Chin Chin, Jimmy the Chin Chin, Chim Chim Chiroo. But sometimes your spellings are a bit skew whiff, aren't they? You know. Jimmy the Chin Chin, Jimmy the Chin Chin. Is that the guy that scored like got like 4 goals in like 25 seconds? Fucking hell, BMG, yeah, he did do that. Have I got them mixed up? I've seen that, because that's on Danny Baker's Fabulous World of Freak Football, is that? Which we've actually referenced a lot on it. I'm gonna get rid of Skirtle now because he's fucking getting in my head. I feel like I am now. I feel like I have become Skirtle. Live from the Hovel MVG. Shevchenko, Richard Todd, monster. Vidic played for Scummers, but it's a good shout. There's no Lecky in Lecky, Ming. Jan Coolemans. He's not in Yorkshire, MVG. He shouldn't even be in with a shout, that fucker. Ronnie Rothenau was oh my god, he's from Israel! Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe he is in with a shout. They're all in now. Fucking geeks up. I'm getting towards where you've apparently pulled the plug on it, Brett. No doubt it. No doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Not phonetic again, MVG. You've got me again. This channel might be more structured if our Messiah was not a pisshead DJ with an over-familiar attitude to the Badger, whose primarily tool is a Henry Hoover. We ain't ever getting structured. I do feel like there's a world where... I feel like there's a parallel universe, 78 RPM, where there is some structure to this. I think in another, like, dimension, in another world, where, like, the chronic texters leave you alone, the roly-polies leave you alone, the guys with the damaged ligaments leave you alone. You know, where people just sort of leave you alone. That we're making strides Honestly, parallel universe shit. That's how MVG works, mate. He knows what he's up to. I'm loving this BMG. France looked nailed on. The only caveat is that the winner often have a real scare or loss early, which they haven't, and we have. Have they peaked too early? This is a real thing, BMG. This is tournament football, dude. It's very correct, dude. That's what I'm saying. They are going to come into a game and be like, shit, this ain't quite... You know, that's why I'm saying Argentina might do it to them, but that's too late down the line. If they get through that, they'll win. But there'll be a team where it just nothing quite happens for them. And that hasn't happened yet. It's you bang on the money, BMG. But if they get through that, they'll piss it. I'd like to ask when do France play, but fear the answer might come after the game at this rate. Thank you very much, Mighty Leeds. Appreciate you, man. There's a game at 12, isn't there? Let's have a fucking look. Because I was planning on watching that in my own time, to be fair. Portugal, it's at Wanker. At Wanker's playing Croatia. I'd love it if they went out. If that Wanker went out. Michael Fassbender. I don't think that's the assassin. I'm on about Enzio, but Enzio's got like an English name, hasn't he? Or not an English name, but not an old Italian warrior, isn't it? Is it even in Italy? I can't type in his Assassin's Creed from Italy because there's too many Assassin's Creeds now. There's a Turkish Assassin's Creed in there. Fuck knows. It'll be messy, BMG. It'll be messy for you, dude. Take a week off, BMG. And see if Brett comes back to us with all, and we'll add it in. The last time we came from behind to win a game in a World Cup was 1966, Richard Todd. There was something about no team has come from behind or something in the knockout. Some bullshit. I thought Wilson had signed for a 4-year contract for Leeds, and we're waiting for the unveiling. I know. I'm not on the panic station quite as yet though. If Messi wins the second World Cup, is that the GOAT debate fully over? Everybody's... See, people have put no in this, but against Ronaldo, let him fuck it. I'm gonna cancel that poll. I'm just gonna put his Messi. If anybody's the GOAT, if either of these are the GOAT, if either of these are the GOAT, who is the GOAT? Because I'm up for people thinking Maradona is and Pele or whatever. But if we're on about these two, if this ends up being the GOAT argument, Steve. If we end up talking about the GOAT argument, the GOAT debate, it's a no-brainer for me. Out of these two, I agree this is the GOAT talk. The GOAT argument is Messi or Ronaldo. And if that's the GOAT argument, there's no argument for me. Take a day off, BMG, which again sounds aggressive, MVG, but I know what you're saying. I agree. Brett's taking onus. You put it on him. He didn't want to do it. You put it on him, BMG, and he's fucking stood up. And you've got to give Brett that. He does. He stands up, does Brett. He stands up and does a bit of shadow boxing as well, which is always a bit of danger. I believe in him. I don't think he needs to win a second World Cup. Nobody fucking does that. But if he does, I'd go then further. I'd say the argument for the best ever is over. I can't do that argument due to the Maradonas and the Pelés and the, whoever else. But what I can say is he's the best ever. And I think he's the best ever anyway, but... Yes, MVG. To be fair to Brett, he'll have a second. Hopefully, he's wrote it down twice, and he's got one of them in one wallet. No, BMG, we do not want you retiring, BMG. A bit of me would die if you retired, BMG. And not just a bit, a large portion of me. If you retire from me, BMG, that rhymes. If you retire from me and the underlap, well, I'd say I'd cut my testicle off or something, but then you'll probably retire just to see me cut my testicle off. But maybe I don't have any. Maybe I am woman. And maybe I am, maybe I am. But the point being, BMG, is if you quit, there's no need. The only reason I'm turning up on these Thursday nights is because of you boys now. And when we get the shit vids going back again and we get the underlap going back again like normal through the season, it'll just be normal service resumed. But for these past few weeks, it's pub talk. We're only here for the boys. So don't be going nowhere. No, ayo, don't be encouraging it. Get up here now. Always have a backup MVG and you know it. What I will do, any countries we've missed, I will Google a top player from them countries and add it in. Brett's now become an advocate. After all this, he's become an advocate of Google. Brett standing in for the legend that is BMG is a bit like me standing in for Debbie and trying to do Dallas. Soldier, you'll make it happen. Get out of here. Get out of it. I think Pascal's a big miss, to be fair, but I can't be asked. I was going to do a video about it and I just thought, I don't know what's going to bring me out of retirement, really, for the shit vids. I'm trying to get all this music finished as well, so it's like, I know nobody believes me. But when I've got a few hours to myself, it's like, you know, I've made about 10 tracks. So I need to just keep doing that. I need to do this before I'm dead. So, and I don't know when I'm going to die. So that feels like urgency to me. Jack, when you can't see 12 months time is next year, you are pissed. I can't remember what I said. 78 RPM. Daffodil. You've had a daffodil. Brett won't be seen dead with a handbag, I don't think. Stack's one of those players who would actually hurt me by signing for scum. If someone like, say, Somerville does it, I wouldn't even care. I think there's definitely a connection towards a Stack type of player, isn't there, Steve? That, if I'm honest, you get less so with players like Somerville. I think your flair players, I know Stack's given us some mint moments of flair, but Somerville, like Okafor, I know you like these players, and like, I mean, Rafinha was next level, so it's like a proper love for that type of player. But I think you're more understanding that they'll probably move on as well. But when you lose like what feels like the heart of the team, when you lose like, you know, Stack, Ampadu, I'd say Struick, but to be fair, I don't really. I didn't want Struick to go, but I don't really care. He's gone. It's crazy, really. But I just thought, well, just whatever. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've never overly rated Struick, to be fair, but I still think it's a massive miss. But love it, Luke. Love it. It's a shame there's no top of the pops. Get the foot pigs on. Cafu. Not quite European mighty Leeds, but the fucking Stig is. My only slight criticism is the paucity of yellows, Brett. Flash them fucking cards. That is, and it's great feedback, BMG. Because if there's one thing we know by now, if you don't know by now, you never knew, but we do know. You fucking flash the cards. Can confirm, Roger Slick, what you're saying, big man. Is that actually true, Roger Slick? Welcome to the building. I wondered, because I've just received a... I've received a text, Roger Slick. My lad. Legend Roger Slicker, thank you, man. I'd received a text that flashed up on screen about 20 minutes ago, and that's about how far behind I am. Are you Harley in disguise, Roger Slicker? Big shout out to Roger Slick. Thank you, man. Very kind of you, dude. That'll almost pay me parking fine off. So, no, but on all seriousness, Roger Slicker, thank you, man. But you have come out of nowhere, haven't you? You've come out from... I'm reluctant saying the wings because Enar's in the wings, because Enar remains Enar in the wings. I love the dual nationality thing, though, to be fair, that you're up to, Roger Slick. Although it's only MVG that says that you're the... he's the dual nationality sniffer, the sniffer dog. Thank you, Roger. Andy. Potentially Harley. Appreciate you, man. It's funny as well, because if you are Harley, I often think you're not in the building. And I know you think I don't like you every now and again. But, you know, I miss you when you're not here. You know, the Jekyll and Hyde, innit? You've dropped in. Appreciate you, man. That's the opening track, I think. Enar and the Fuck Swine. I tell you what, boys, I've fucked my wrist at work. I don't know what I've done, but it's like locked up. But equally like it's just weak. Fucking book 'em. Get up, Enar. I worked in it for 20 years. This autism spectrum thing is bollocks. Mingo straight in for the jugular there. Maybe I should have just said it like that. I'd pull back from that a touch, Ming. But if I wasn't live on a program, I would say a program. What am I talking about? If I wasn't live and direct, where it's going out to the millions. If you're in pub, I'd say yeah. I think you're probably right, mate. But I just think it's going a bit overboard. It's going a little bit overboard. Musk is totally autistic. He has absolutely zero empathy in his makeup. I know I keep trying to explain myself, I think, with this, but I think what I'm trying to say, RPM, why? So what are we saying he's autistic for? I think he's totally in everything for himself and whatever. I don't want to have a conversation about Elon Musk cap the arse, but the autistic thing for me, when I work with autistic kids, you have to give what I would deem, I'm just going to say it the best I can say it, and it's all love, so I couldn't care less if I offend anybody. What I would deem people that have proper autism or are properly on the spectrum with something, you have to give them a pass for things. They have to be allowed to do things that are not right in this. If there's 10 of us in this room and somebody is doing something, and they can't stop doing it, then they get the autistic pass for me. And that's not saying autism's a disability or anything. I'm not saying they're any inferior or anything like that. But what I am definitely saying after a few beers or trying to explain at fucking 10:30 at night when I've had a long day and I've been up piss, there's no excuse for a normal person like Elon Musk that doesn't have $1 billion or $1 trillion now to have zero empathy. I don't, because that breeds sort of bad. I don't think Elon Musk's a particularly bad person. I don't care. My point is, for me, it's blatant to see things like autism are blatant to see, and we're getting towards a place where kids, adults are getting told they are autistic. Adults are getting told they're autistic. You could be 40 and go to doctors and they say, "Oh, you're autistic." It's like, am I autistic at that point then? Am I going to go to doctors in next week? Which I'm not off to doctors, but if somebody would drag me out of this room and say, "We've got to go to doctors, I think you're autistic." She's like, why does it matter? Unless it's blatantly obvious. I don't know. I think we need to go back to black and white, where stuff's fucking blatant and stuff ain't blatant. And when you're just a bit a certain way, you're a bit quiet, or you're a bit quiet, or you're mint at drawing, or you just want to read books all the time, you just want to sit inside and read books all the time, I don't think we have to call it out and like, well, he's autistic. It's like, oh, why didn't your son want to play football? Like, does he not? He just don't want to play football. Like, I would not say, oh, well, he's on spectrum. I think he just don't want to play football. He just don't like football. Me and my brother's been out in back garden all day playing football. I know it seems like nice and athletic and it's keeping us healthy and that. There's something weird about that. There's an obsession about that, isn't there? Constantly being like, my middle brother wasn't too fussed about constantly touching football. My middle brother is autistic in a different way. He's an actor and ended up being a producer and stuff. He's an absolute beast. He's a legend. But playing football, he played it when he was young, and he was a good goalkeeper, by the way, I must say. But I don't know. I just think it's all too much. It's all too much. I think we need to go back to like, no, he just preferred. Me and my eldest brother wanted to play football, and then I turned 20. I didn't want to play football anymore. I'd had enough of it. Did my head in. I didn't like playing at a shit level, if I'm honest. So I got spat dummy out. Didn't like getting booted about and that. So I'm not. Why the fuck am I doing this? I don't want to do it. I didn't play at the level I wanted to play at, so I fucked it off. My eldest brother, carried on. And he was brilliant. Ended up being far better footballer than I was, because at the level he was a far better footballer. My middle brother, I don't even think played football in his, I would say from, a guess, I reckon he stopped playing football when he was about 12, 13, like competitively. He might have had a knockabout with his mates. That doesn't make him, just because then he goes on and does other stuff. I don't know. I know I'm chatting shit. I've had a few beers, but I mean it all. So I just don't know. I don't know what I mean, but I know I mean it all. And that is not, I'm certainly not correlating that to Elon Musk. Elon Musk probably on the spectrum, innit? But most successful people, most people that make that, to make that amount of money, do you have to have something a little bit, do you have to be somewhere different from me and you? I just think when you start pulling it down from that, I thought I'd explain this earlier, to be fair, and it's something I've gone on a fucking rampage again. I've fucking played myself, so I'm too far behind again. There's no moderators around here. The awful thing about being so far behind, which I'm actually up for, it works, because then it's just on a monologue, and then I don't know what's happening when I get to end, so it can be treacherous. I think Ming's worked with. Ming's worked with. Yeah. Again, I don't want to say kids with issues or kids. It's not. I don't think it's an issue, but ultimately it is. But if we're on about the normal person, not that they're not normal, but if we're on about just this idea that we're all mentally ill, because people do say we're all a bit mentally ill. But that's a mental thing to say. I just think it's if we're all mentally ill, then that's the norm, isn't it? And then there is, I don't say abnormal. There's kids with real problems that have been produced from the mothers and fathers that have neglected them and been horrendous to them and have caused certain blockages in the brain, like real dark marks on the brain that they can't quite get over, and they can't break through, and it's so bad, and they end up basically fighting this battle that they in their own little brain. It's so bad. It's so bad. And then there's kids that have, for no reason, not quite. They're fighting the same battle. You know, you can break a kid's brain. You can break a kid's brain really early on. And I'm lucky as fuck. I've had brilliant mum and dad, brilliant grandparents, and I'm a bit loopy. So you know, I don't know. Me and my brothers are so different. We've all had exactly the same upbringing. We're all different. There's an element of your brain. We're all a bit different, but we're all more the same than we are all. I'm fucking so far behind again here. A guy can't get it up, so he goes to the doctor. This is what we want, BMG. He comes back wearing a posh suit. Wife asks why, and he says, because the doctor told me that I'm impotent. I just spat everywhere. Shout out to BMG. Have you upped it, Brett? Are we still taking fucking submissions? MVG on wind up. It's a good idea to close the 11. Oh, I thought you meant 11. I thought you meant 11 closing. It's a good idea to close it, and it's a good idea to still hand out them bookings and red cards, mate. Yes, Mingy. Ming's a ledge, mate. And somebody that actually cares as well. Cares about people. What did you make of Bielsa shouting at the woman journalist? What was the interpretation? I didn't know to laugh or cry, says Roger Slick. I don't think he was shouting at her. I think there's like a level of autism. No, I'm only kidding. I think there's a level of come and get on with this. And I mean that in like professionalism. Where it's like, you know, you don't really know how long he's been fucking hanging about for. And they must not... He doesn't want to talk. So there's some that won't talk, isn't there? Because he could have just fucked off. Do you remember when that fucking dickhead who allegedly don't have autism, fucking... The owl guy, fucking, who actually makes me laugh in a few interviews when he's kicking off. You know, we're taking a fucking piss. What's his name? Crystal Palace, and we were at Barca, I think, for a few years. Roy Hodgson. You know, he didn't even come out when we got beat to Iceland. So let's have it right. He doesn't have to have this conversation with this woman. He doesn't have to talk to her. He's choosing to talk to her. How long has he been stood there for? I'm clearly pissed off. I don't need to have this conversation. I've been sacked, love. I could just fuck off. I don't need this. But no, I'm staying here. But I've been here a while. Are we going to get on with this or not? Or you could go down the Roy Hodgson thing where you just go, fuck them. Not talking to the country, not talking to nobody. I'm out of here. I know what I'd pick. I'd pick somebody that's honest about stuff. Don't lie. By the way, a Congo player gave it the imaginary card when Kane went down in the box and he didn't get booked. I thought it was a mandatory yellow. BMG, love it. It's actually a pretty funny meme because everybody's saying, oh, meme this up, and it's shut when the flies are getting in. Everybody's saying meme this up because he comes over and he's like, with card out. And it's like, it does need to be a meme, that. By the way, this t-shirt is all the dead legends. So it's mirrored Tupac, Biggie, ODB, and Eazy-E. Hidden in the shallows. For clarity, Jack, autism has been so watered down today that bad behaved kids, fussy overeaters, and even slow learning kids are being overly diagnosed as autism. Hold on, there's more. You've seen it far better than me, AO, yes. Wonderfully put, dude. Believe him, boy. He's not lying. He would not lie. Maybe he's a lie. Some of the schools I've been to, and you'll see autism is real. I'm not saying autism isn't real, Brett. Certainly not what I'm saying. Certainly is not what I'm saying, just to be absolutely clear. Harley has gone quiet, I must say. But we can't be dissing Roger Slick. Imagine saying a woman is a little bit pregnant, yet she's not pregnant. Yeah, it does make sense and doesn't happen, but that's exactly where autism and being autistic is at today. It's bullshit. I agree. You're either pregnant or you're not. You can't be a touch pregnant. Very well put, AO. Thank you for that, man. Who is the Israeli? Is he Israeli? Who is... My channel's going to get shut down if I keep saying Israeli. Berkovic. RPM, I've got you, man. I've got you. I just hope everybody's got me here, to be fair. It's called Berkovic, a lad that he booted. Yossi Benayoun, good player, BMG. Geared up a Wimberway, back on that Cooper's massive tackle. And he tweeted saying I needed that. I don't know what we're on about Sicilian here, but now when it's still daylight at 1 AM in the morning, who says put that light out? I want to get some sleep. Sorry, boys, I'm getting a bit panicky. Deep down under here. Take it easy, BMG. Very good job done, Brett. There, you see, you got the love there. Take it easy. Cheers, JL UFC. Appreciate you, man. Get some love in this bitch. Right. I'm back in the room. Because truly, it is from the biggest. I'm reading out what I'm putting here. Whew. The boyos. Do you know, Roger Slick? I put it on for about 5 minutes and I just thought, I can't do it. I just thought I can't be arsed. Because it apparently doesn't some stuff come up or something. Yeah, I can't, you know. To be fair, I actually like that Andrew Gold podcast, Roger Slick, but I don't know. I like the Katie Hopkins one where she has a bit of a go at him. I thought that was quite funny. And I do think she's kind of right about the podcast thing. So she said to him, like, the problem is you're going to get me on, which is fine, and you're going to do this little thing where we all pretend to... And I do this as a viewer. You watch it for an hour and a half and we all pretend to care. And then in reality, he's moved on, hasn't he? It's like... And I'm not comparing Andrew Gold to Piers Morgan, but it's this idea that you just go like, we do an hour and then I'm on to, you know, the rapist that I met last week, and it's like, all right, okay, is that who we're talking to now? But you don't see it like that until, and then when she said it, you're just like, you're just getting clicks all the time. It's not like, to be fair to the clickbait in the football world, at least it's all the same shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Nakita. It's a fucking and you know it, MVG. It's I thought it's a drill though, in it as well, I think. What's that drill called? Oh, that's a Makita. It's close enough there, fuck it. David O'Leary Island. I'm only at the piss song here. Thank you, AO. We're still on about fucking my man Skirtle here. Scoot, scoot. And Scandal, mate. Yeah, I do know it. Oh, JB Lee's legend, mate. Get up. To be fair, it's as good a reason as I've seen for England to go out next round, brother. 40 quid on it. What would you get? What would you get? What would you get? 40 quid on 50-1. Fuck me, dude. You get 2,000 quid, Lees. 2,000 squids. Get up, JB Lees. Have it, mate. I see. I'm gonna end up missing this now. We're on about Reservoir Dogs. We don't want structure. We don't want Voldemort. We want Roly Poly Paul. We don't want Joe. We don't Toby Moe. Get up. Get up, sorry. He's on his way in, Graham Elliott. That was comment at like 78 RPM. I agree with that, Brett. To be fair, I think I don't think anybody ever. I think Brazilian Ronaldo's close. To be fair, crazy RPM, and he had that 2 or 3 years where he was legit the best in the world. When he were like, I just remember that celebration when he scored like 5 or 10 in 10 or something in Champions League, and that it was unbelievable them couple of years. And I thought, well, I actually remember looking in and going like, fair enough, man. I don't mind the arrogance when you're blatantly the best, but it was only for a year. Years up, Mr. Whitesnake. Mr. Whitesnake in the building. The merciless one's still in here, I think, at this point. Shit vid. Give us a song. We're going to bring shit vids back tomorrow, you know. I'll do a shit. Oh, RPM. Just for being Jack and not an up themselves arse like most. I appreciate you 78 RPM. More than you'd ever know. Southie in the building as well. Too much, boys. Hope you well, Jack. Have some beer funds for that early 1 a.m. game, mate. Appreciate you, Southie. Crazy super chat, dude. Crazy, dude. Thank you, boys. Within moments as well, I'll normally give you a bit more of a Hail Mary. Thank you, dude. Thank you, boys. I've knocked myself out with the fucking... I've done that fucking... Sorry, boys. I've done that fucking thing where I'm like scrolling and it ends up fucking backfiring. Sorry, boys. Oh, a bit red. Cheers, boys. My man, 78 RPM. Appreciate you, brother. Come on, the statisticians here. Yes, I'm gonna be it. Take it easy, Jules. D. I kind of had. I've done a quick shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic and I will take it away. Get up, legendary. Chim chimney, chim chiroo. Get up, I'm making a beer. I'm here, brother. Are you hanging in there or not? Have you pissed off? Oh, Mingy boy, my man. I've got to throw myself out on her. Joe Depp will be... He'll either be shagging on beach by now or he'll be having a daiquiri, won't he? He's on holiday for summer, innit, legend? Almost as legendary as the 1, 2, 3. He has gone ghost and he's like Enar in the wings. It might be Enar on the beach, though. It might be Enar on the beach. On the beach. Be on the nest, won't you, Joe Depp? You can't trust him. Jack, you do need to realise we are here because the spin and bullshit is boring. We love being with another fan just like Joe is, who gives a fuck what he does with his cock. I'll pass it on, RPM. He's in the fucking wings, on the beach wings. What would be on the beach wings? On the what are them things called in the desert? What are the desert wings? What are the desert wings? Not the desert wings, but the desert oh, this don't look right. The desert wings most commonly refers to IL-2 Stumovic. The desert wings Trubbuck. Oh, it's World War II again. I'm at it again. with fucking war stuff. bring back Brett Brett and RPM here going on with fucking... What are them dunes? Is it sand dunes that I'm on about? Yeah, it's sand dunes, yeah. That's what I meant. Joe Depp in the sand dunes, not in the wall. Should we sign my... No, I've told you. Ayo. Go for fucking... Keep Darlow. I don't care what we do with Perry, to be honest. But, you know, bring a Trafford in. Best player in the world, mate. Who at Mirages? Mirages. I don't know who they are. Mirage. Active from 1965. I reckon I'll know some of the songs, but Tomorrow Never Knows. Off the top of my head, and it kills me to say it, Peter White, I'd have to go Oasis, and I actually think if I heard some of Mirage's songs, I'd go Mirage's, but... Appreciate you, 78 RPM. More than you'd ever know, honestly. Oh, MVG, you're a boy, mate. Joe Depp. Make love and listen to the music. Dit, dit. We're bringing a shit vid back tomorrow. We're doing it. I think I probably said it last week, but... Definitely ended up a bit more tiddly than anticipated this time round. I don't like Oasis. I like the drink. Please tell me Mirage isn't a drink. Mirage is a drink. Mirage is a drink. It's a crafted cocktail. The initial toast, the excitement of a honeymoon phase is like champagne bubbling. Huh? Peter White, I'm a bit lost, but I ain't done a shit vid for... I don't even look at my analytics on old YouTube. Not really, Peter White. Dub got vandalised, didn't it, by like a dub became a different... When I was about 20, a dub became like... It had like a different meaning. Where it became like... A dub of an original just meant like a... Basically like a remix. I started doing refixes, remixes. And then there was like a dub. You know, and like a dub just means like a... Normally meant like a version with no vocals. But I know what you mean by dub. Jungle, I'm not too fussed for, to be honest, Peter White. I'll bring the shit. I will do a shit vid tomorrow. I will do a shit vid tomorrow. I will. But I'm off for a piss, boys, and I might see if Farlas wants to jump in hot tub, although I don't think she will want to. But see if Nikita love. You don't know me. You're too old. Let's go. It's over. Nobody listens to techno. Let's go. Just give me the signal. I'll be here with a whole list full of no insults. I've been done. My man MVG. I can't even remember the poll we had in there. What poll is it? Get up. Fucking Messi, 75%. Ubash. Ubash. I appreciate that 78 RPM, honestly. Thank you, man. Honestly. Legendary, man. I'll have a rubber dub, Mr. Whitesnake. You stay loose. Don't be getting me hot and bothered before I get in hot tub, mate. Yes, bro, I love it. Yes, Joe Depp, enjoy your holiday, brother. Enjoy your holiday. Shout out to Julie Neary for being a member for 6 months. Shout out to Steve Morrison. Roger Slicker for the super chat. Thank you, man. Richard Todd for a motorbike is better than a bottle of sauce. Shout out to JB Leeds for the super chat. Legend, mate. 78 RPM. Thank you, man. You're a legend, mate, in every single sense. Southie, thank you, dude. Extremely generous. You're a legend, mate. Shout out to Mingy for the super chat as well. AO, Luke, MVG, BMG, 78 RPM, Joe Depp, the wall to wall, thonging it up. Love it, mate. Stay loose. Enar in the wings. Mr. Whitesnake. Peter White. Joe Depp. Soaking the thong up. Brett, appreciate you, man. Mingy. Lukey boy. You're fucking boyos. Enar in the wings. Bit pissed up, I think, boys. Tiddly. Tiddlywinks. Who remembers Tiddlywinks? Cheers, boys. Cheers, Peter. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Appreciate every which one. I'll do a shit vid tomorrow. It'll drop at 6:30. As the Lord is my witness. In a bit. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it sound free RPM so that it's not weird for the average listener. Because if I went up to it and went, it'd be too much. It'd be too hot, wouldn't it? It'd be too not hot because I don't think people would find it hot, but it'd be too. There'd be too much noise, and I'm not into it. It'd be a bit Voldemort-y. Sometimes he can get a bit like, he can get a bit involved, bit too involved. So I'll keep it silent, but I'll also keep it. Won't be too won't be as sensual as you think this is going to be. It's just a peck, and I didn't even full peck. Not a full pecker. Woody the woodpecker. Right, I'm out of here. Right, appreciate you. Enjoy the game at 12. I'll be watching Ronaldo getting pumped to Croatia. In a bit, dog shit. Appreciate you all, honestly. I know I'll bang on about it, but I really do. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.